Hey, how you doing? Well, I actually messed up on that. Hey, how are you guys doing? This is SEIJIHITO here to bring you the news. Got just a few videos and some comments that I just want to go over with you as it is currently 5:22 a.m. Friday, May 10th, 2024, right? So I'm not sure if you guys may have seen this video or may have not seen this video. It specifically has to deal with a black male teacher that's a part of the school system, right? And you can clearly see him directly with his students. And he inevitably ended up getting his hair done, right? He had this event or an engagement that he had to directly go to, and he wanted to allow his students to, in a sense, help out directly with his hair, as we can clearly see. So the main problem that inevitably took place is the comments that a lot of people wanted to make, a lot of judgments, a lot of people wanted to make specifically about the teacher and what it is that was happening and going on. So what we're going to do is that we're going to take a look and see specifically what the problem is. And then also, if you guys would care to, I would love to hear you guys' opinion, directly about that as well. So let's just start this up.
Stir the pot a little, shall we? Last Friday, 10 minutes before dismissal time, I decided to live stream my students helping me take my hair out. There was quite the discourse in the chat, which had people saying this was inappropriate and other people saying this was completely fine. There was nothing wrong with what I was doing, and people were just making it weird. So, of course, I had to bring this issue to the big stage. I would like to represent myself in this case, Your Honor, if I may. Number one, for a little context, I had a hair appointment immediately after school, and I needed my hair taken out beforehand. I would have taken it out the night before, but that Friday we had a camera crew coming in to shoot a promotional video, and I was one of the ones being interviewed. So I had to look presentable, so I didn't take my hair out. I didn't have the time to do it all myself because it would have taken me forever. So naturally, I asked about 4 or 5 of my over 100 best friends to assist me in taking my hair out, and they all agreed. Number two, this was at the end of class. This week we were doing STEM fair presentations. Since it was Friday and all of my students did an excellent job on their STEM fair projects and presentations, I told them if we get one solid presentation in this class, I'll end class a little early and they can have fun and play basketball, darts, or be on their phones or whatever. And during that time, my team would help me take my hair out. A couple of these were students from my class, but others were students from other classes. I wrote all of them a pass at the beginning of the class period, requesting their assistance 10 minutes before dismissal. I told the teachers only send them if all of their work was completed and they had good behavior. They all met the criteria, so 10 minutes before dismissal, they showed up for their job. My next point I'd like to make is if I was a female teacher, those people wouldn't be in the comments saying, oh, this is weird, this is inappropriate. Because me personally, I don't think there's anything weird about this. People are saying, oh, that's too intimate. To me, it's literally just hair. It doesn't have to be weird. Some people have never had cool teachers, and it shows. Personally believe that building authentic relationships with students is paramount in being an effective teacher. I make sure my students know and can feel that I care about them beyond the schoolwork and all the stuff that I have to make them do. I take the time to get to know my students outside of academics because caring for the whole child is what's important.
So we heard that, right? That is a black man who was obviously stating that he loves being a teacher. He cares directly about the students, and he enlisted the help of his students after they did a great job on whatever reports or whatever assignment they had. He was like, "Hey, if you guys do a good enough job or score high enough, we can end class a little bit early so you guys can have free time. If you want to play basketball, go directly on your phones. If you want to talk, chat, whatever it is, right?" And then he later explained that, "Hey, I'm going to live stream this so that people can clearly see what it is that is going on." So again, this is not a person that is trying to hide this, that is trying to really, keep this a secret and any of these things like that, right? So I want to take you guys over to some of the comments, right, when it deals directly with this, right? So one person stated, very unprofessional, and he definitely having one or two at the crib. He can't get no adult play, so he's messing with students. So I want y'all to understand that this is a grown man who is trying to make it seem like this black male teacher is a Geppetto. Understand what is specifically going on here. You have adults that are assuming. You have adults that are theorizing. You have adults that are guessing. Now, for many of you guys who have been here on this platform, you have seen me showcase countless times of stories of a variety of teachers out here specifically going directly after the students. All of those teachers were found out because a student told, because of text messages, because of the parents, because of friends of the student, whatnot, or whatever, or maybe even because of the husband that a female teacher was married to. In none of those instances did any of those teachers decide that they want to film their interactions or whatnot or whatever directly with the students to prove that they are, a good type of teacher and all these other types of things. This guy is literally out here in the open on social media, on whatever platform. I'm not sure if it's TikTok, YouTube, IG, don't care what platform it is. He's out here literally telling people, informing people, and showing people what it is that he is doing. On top of that, for any of these girls who may have a skill set where it deals with hair, this is where they are able to showcase and place those skills for other people to see. Because 9 times out of 10, when you happen to have a lot of girls, and I can only specifically speak for the Black community, a lot of them are good or great or exceptional when it deals with hair. This is why you have a nice amount of Black women that got hair salons, or they got side businesses where they are able to braid or do installs or a variety of different things dealing with hair. And it all starts in a sense from home or from the people that encourages them or nurtures that type of skill set that they specifically have. And I also want to put this also to the aspect of, a lot of people like to say that, oh, Black men don't care, Black men don't try to in a sense give support to the kids and all of these. You literally have a Black man doing this, so much so that he decided to spend a nice portion of his life to go to school in order to get certified and to become a teacher so that he can be there. Right? Because I'm not sure if people actually understand that when it deals with the teaching system, you have a lot of women directly there because the men have been pushed out. I'm not sure if people actually realize this or not, but during the time frame, I want to say about like the 90s, I remember there was a lot more. There was an abundance in the sense of male teachers, right? But now, when you look at the 2000s on forward, you see a whole lot less male teachers, and that's because the women came directly together to push and to get rid of the men, who were in those positions, right? So that is pretty much teaching when it deals with like middle school, high school, stuff of that nature. That's primarily a women's field, a women's field, that type of thing, right? So let's continue on to some of these comments. Another person said, I wonder if he would allow a group of boys to do this. Now, I want people to understand that when you happen to see comments like this, these are people that are trying to throw other things directly in there. We all know that at no point in time would a straight guy would ever allow any male students to directly do his hair. I knew some dudes that were back in school that could sit up there and do hair. At no point in time was I going to sit up there and allow any of those dudes to do my hair. I don't care how exceptional they're. Now, if we're talking about like doing a haircut, that's whatever. That's haircutting. When it comes to braiding, no, that's not happening. That is not happening. No guy, well, I'm gonna rephrase that. No guy that is straight is going to automatically allow a guy of another orientation, sexual orientation, to be doing his hair when it deals with braiding. That's just not something that you're going to find, directly out here. That's not a common occurrence for that to, in a sense, taking place. When I was in school and I was growing out my fro, the only people that ever touched and did my hair were girls. That was it. Those were the only people that were sitting up there doing it, right? My mom, she would give me twist. If I wasn't wearing that as a style, then I would have braids. I would have, pretty much the standard issue braids, unless I went to, one of the shops and a woman there would happen to braid my hair. Or if I couldn't do that, then I would have one of the girls that were in my class, braid my hair. Part of it would be done during the lunch period, and then the rest of it will be done directly after school. That would be normally how, that will work. But again, like I said before, like comments like this, it literally makes no sense. Like you're trying to throw something in there that has nothing to do with the conversation. You're trying to, in a sense, all lives matter, a conversation when it deals with a male teacher having his hair being taken down, right? And again, these are comments on IG, and periodically you're going to see a lot of adults try to insinuate certain things about this black teacher, which are quite ridiculous. And people wonder why it is that you don't happen to see black men out here that want to, in a sense, be around the kids, want to encourage the kids, and spread, like positive energy and things like this. Is because of this. You have people out here that want to write these theories, that want to, do these think pieces online, negatively coming directly at the credibility of a black man, right? Another person said he allows his students to practice their profession on him. There is another video of him allowing one who is going to be a nail tech paint his nails as he graduates, as he grades papers. I mean, he is an involved teacher who encourages them to be whatever they want to be. Who's to say they weren't the ones who braided his hair in the first place, right? Now that was a video that I didn't see. I didn't happen to, run past or see the video where he was literally in the class, sitting at the desk, grading with one hand and allowing one of the girls to, sit up there and do his nails. But the problem that's going to come up with that, if I were to happen to get that video and look at some of the comments, I can already promise you 9 times out of 10, you're going to see somebody in the comment section try to question his sexuality, right? It was like, oh, even it's great he's an involved teacher, but what straight man is going to sit up there and allow girls to sit up there and pay themselves? That's quite questionable, right? So if it's not the teacher within the view of people of them trying to theorize him being some type of Geppetto, then on the other hand, now people want to sit up there and question his sexuality. But the funny thing is, whenever you got fathers out here, and fathers do allow their daughters to paint their nails or whatnot or whatever, because dads just want to make their dads happy. I mean, their fathers happy. Their daughters happy. Y'all know what I'm saying. And for a lot of those fathers, like I said, much love, respect and appreciation for being directly in your child's life and having a certain understanding and just being, directly in that moment. That's a moment that you can look back with your daughter when she turns, like 15, 16, 17, 18, 25, 30. And you can look at those pictures and be like, yo, this is what this is what you made me do, back when you were like 5, back when you were 7, stuff like that. Again, an involved father, a person that actually cares. But like I said, it's crazy. Whenever it is the image of a black man and something is taking place, automatically people want to wire it or have it go directly to a bad place. And again, like I stated before, that's crazy to me. That's something that realistically should not happen or take place. Another comment: from what I read, he's an involved teacher, more involved than many parents. Teachers try to create a bond with students that many parents fail to do. Give him grace. And that's facts. And I promise you, if I were to look directly in those comments, that you're going to have some very strong disagreements. You got 30 people that came directly underneath that comment. And I promise you're going to see a lot of people that this matter of fact, let's just happen to take a look, right? Let's take a look, shall we? Another person said, that is true, but everything about this is wrong. As an adult, you have to know better. Even if it, I guess, supposed to be, it is innocent and harmless, the optics are very bad. He is opening himself to issues with students, parents, peers, and APs and principal. Firing, no, but a reprimand, yes. And again, I just want to try to figure out, why would you reprimand a teacher that is heavily involved with the students. Because this is the crazy part. Like, people have a problem with this, but yeah, you got female teachers out here literally going after people's sons, and you don't have this huge outrage. Like, and I've showcased those stories time and time again. You don't have women out here doing this huge outrage, doing these think pieces, trying to question somebody's sexuality and all this other type. Nothing like that. They're not trying to make calls. Oh yeah, this teacher needs to be fired. They need to be reprimanded. They need to have their license, taken directly away from them. But yeah, you got a male teacher here that cares about his students, and he's involved no matter what their profession is, if it's nails, if it's hair or whatever. And people are just like all over the place. And I'm like, how do we get here? Because I can promise you, if this was a man of a different color, wouldn't nobody be writing these think pieces or saying anything? They'd be like, oh man, I wish I had a teacher that was that supportive. Oh man, look at how, this teacher actually cares. I wish more men were actually like this teacher. I wish more men were confident in their masculinity to allow their nails to be painted, by such and such and such as, right? It will be that type of thing. But when it's a black man magically, it's the utmost negative, right? So OP stated, she came back and she said, of course, he's going to get reprimanded. It's on the internet. I can only imagine the amount of calls the district got, especially from people who are not even in the district, which is true. Then we will have another educator who loves our children leave, and a replacement that will truly do harm to the children. Another person said, I would be more impressed if he had these kids enjoy learning. How is this an example of being an involved teacher? But the most interesting thing is, I'm not sure if people actually listen to his video or they're just looking directly at the post. That's why I made sure to play the video here for you guys to actually, hear. Um, he is teaching. They graded fairly great on whatever test or work that he had them do, and they did such a great job that he allowed them to have the rest of the time free. So it's like, it's crazy to me how you got these people rolling up here trying to say, oh, it'd be great if he had them, enjoy learning and all of these other, like, yo, why don't you sit up there and become a teacher? How about that? Why don't you spend 7 or whatever amount of years that you need in order to become a teacher so that you can sit up there and make kids love teaching? But you won't. You'll make sure to talk directly from the sidelines and say all of these other types of things, which is crazy. I forgot. Let me expand this real quick. Let me just take this a little bit deeper. Somebody said, exactly. It's a lot more context to the story as to why this happened. Another person said, right. And he probably got a lot of females in his family, mom, sisters, cousins, right? Another person said, agreed, but a male where there is smoke, there is fire. That's what I'm talking about. That's crazy. How do you get to the point of agreeing with the overall sentiments in the comments that are above you, and then you still want to try to make it seem as though that there's some nefarious deeds, like this dude is a Geppetto? Like, are you serious? What are we doing? Like, what do we? Matter of fact, hold on. Let me just replay this real quick so we can just go over what it is that this teacher stated again. Let's do that one more time.
Let's go ahead and stir the pot a little, shall we? Last Friday, 10 minutes before dismissal time, I decided to live stream my students helping me take my hair out. There was quite the discourse in the chat, which had people saying this was inappropriate and other people saying this was completely fine. There was nothing wrong with what I was doing, and people were just making it weird. So, of course, I had to bring this issue to the big stage. I would like to represent myself in this case, Your Honor, if I may. Number one, for a little context, I had a hair appointment immediately after school, and I needed my hair taken out beforehand. I would have taken it out the night before, but that Friday we had a camera crew coming in to shoot a promotional video, and I was one of the ones being interviewed. So I had to look presentable, so I didn't take my hair out. I didn't have the time to do it all myself because it would have taken me forever. So naturally, I asked about 4 or 5 of my over 100 best friends to assist me in taking my hair out, and they all agreed. Number two, this was at the end of class. This week we were doing STEM fair presentations. Since it was Friday and all of my students did an excellent job on their STEM fair projects and presentations, I told them if we get one solid presentation in this class, I'll end class a little early and they can have fun and play basketball, darts, or be on their phones or whatever. And during that time, my team would help me take my hair out. A couple of these were students from my class, but others were students from other classes. I wrote all of them a pass at the beginning of the class period, requesting their assistance 10 minutes before dismissal. I told the teachers only send them if all of their work was completed and they had good behavior. They all met the criteria, so 10 minutes before dismissal, they showed up for their job. My next point I like to make is if I was a female teacher, those people wouldn't be in the comments saying, oh, this is weird, this is inappropriate. Because me
Facts.
personally, I don't think there's anything weird about this. People are saying, oh, that's too intimate. To me, it's literally just hair. It doesn't have to be weird. Some people have never had cool teachers, and it shows. Personally believe that building authentic relationships with students is paramount in being an effective teacher. I make sure my students know and can feel that I care about them beyond the schoolwork and all the stuff that I have to make them do. I take the time to get to know my students outside of academics because caring for the whole child is what's important.
So we all heard that, correct? Just trying to make sure that we were all able to hear that. And as I stated before, you know, he is teaching. And then, he allowed them free time. There was a video shoot that was going to take place. He needed, some help directly, with his hair because obviously he wasn't going to be able to do all of that, himself in whatever, allowed amount of time. So he got four of the students to basically help him specifically with that task, right? So we heard it. So now we go directly back to the comments, right? So again, you got this person here trying to make it seem like this teacher is going directly after the students. Again, this is a black man who is a teacher who spent his time, his money, and his energy in order to get into the school system, in order to be with the kids, teach them, give positivity, push them forward in whatever dreams and aspirations that they specifically do. And because he is a black man doing this, this is why he is getting this type of energy. Because I can promise you, if this was a man of another color or nationality, this would not be a conversation. People would literally be ecstatic and happy that, oh, I can't believe that, a guy such as this would allow, or, he's allowing the students to work on, the hair. This may be their profession. I don't know, but they're doing such. It will be that type of thing because I've seen it time and time again. Right. But like I said before, because he's black and he's a teacher, this is what people want to do. Right. So the OP came back and stated, as the wife of an educator, it's a thin line to walk on, right? Somebody else said he's grooming those children. I want somebody to help me understand, out of any of the video that you were able to hear and listen to, where was that even coming across? Because like I said, I'm baffled. I'm highly confused. Again, you have a lot of people that are putting these presentations, these think pieces directly out there, and it's crazy to me. Of course, you coach of the year, my ass, and you want to sit up there and have a private profile. That's crazy to me. You want to try to assume some allegations about a man that you don't even know. Like I said, this is why when it gets to a point on social media where they actually start to attach faces and names directly to people's actual social media, people aren't going to be so quick to write those comments. This is the danger of anonymity behind the computer screen. People are free to say whatever it is that they want to say without having to, take any brunts of any reactions or anything like that. Right. Another person tried to come back at OP and said, if that was your child, basically trying to assume that, oh, if it was your child, you'll be completely mad about it and yada, 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 right? So then she later responded to somebody else. She said, I have to say, we need to just view it and try not to make assumptions. His records show there wasn't any fire. There isn't any fire. He is a black male teacher. They are few, which is very true, who tried to bond with his students at their level. She later responded again, if that was my child, responding back to this person here, right? She said, if that was my child, I would have to question myself. My children know how to speak up for themselves. The video clearly shows they did it freely. They weren't being forced. They were not forced to do anything they didn't want to do. Right. And then responding back to the coach who wanted to try to say that the teacher is grooming, she said, how so? If a parent sees this video and feels that way, they need to take action. Those on the outside who don't know this teacher personally have no say so, right? Another person responded, doesn't matter. You are the adult and seen as an authoritative figure, and the lines have been blurred, which can never happen, man or woman. I taught 10th through 12th grade, just can't do it. But the funny part about that is, as he stated before, if this is a woman asking these same students to take out her hair, would there be any fuss directly in the comment sections that we're able to see? No, there wouldn't. It wouldn't even exist. It wouldn't even exist. It wouldn't even be a conversation piece. People wouldn't even know that this video even existed or that the female teacher would even have a platform. But because it is a black male teacher, everybody wants to make assumptions. Everybody wants to, do these theories and these think pieces. So she says, I will say this: if the district believes he crossed the line and punishes him for doing this, so be it. There have been many cases where teachers are not appropriate with students. He is eating a fruit, talking with his students in the classroom with other students, not in the back closet somewhere. Right? Shout out to MD. What is up? What is up? What is up? What is going on? Good morning to you. The guy came, another person said, I don't see anything wrong. Exactly. Same person, Kinetic LLC, said that is true, but everything about this is wrong. As an adult, you have to know better. If it even if it's innocent and harmless, the optics are very bad. He is opening himself to issues with students, parents, peers, APs, principals, firing, and etc. Like I said before, it's crazy to see individuals directly out here wanting to make these assumptions. Very, very dangerous and damning assumptions that can ruin somebody's career. Very easily, these assumptions can ruin somebody's career just because people have a perception or think something, right? So we can actually roll past this because we read a lot of this earlier. Let me see. Yep. So let's just repeat. So the next one said, I'm a mental health counselor in a public school setting. Honestly, this crosses boundaries in many ways. I honestly don't see why some of us educators get caught up in personal behaviors with students. I'm not directly sure how this is a personal behavior. He just asked them like, hey, would you mind, there's a video shoot or whatnot, whatever that's going to be happening. I was wondering if you guys could just help me, with my hair. The class is already done. He already dismissed them, from class. This was directly after, everything was said and done, with class, right? Brother MD said, you got it, my brother, always good. All right. DSA1, what is up? What is up? Said, Ish is crazy. Was good, y'all. Mahoko, what is going on? What is going on? Said, hello, Seiji, happy Friday. Much love, respect, and appreciation, and happy Friday to everybody that is involved at this conversation and, happening to watch this live stream. Again, just for anybody that's getting directly in here, it's a discussion is basically about the black male teacher that you see, and he's having the female students that are part of his class, help him take down his hair because there was like a video shoot or whatnot that was going to happen, and he couldn't specifically do that, for himself, and he also wanted to be presentable, as well. And you have a lot of adults online trying to write these theories and these think pieces, trying to make it seem as though that this black male educator is somehow going after or harming the students that you see directly on video. And note, all interactions were filmed. It was actually live streamed, but people are still making these think pieces as if this was a hidden video somewhere in a dark closet off in the school where didn't nobody know what was going on. Completely crazy, complete insane, complete madness, right? Another person said, no, stop being so naive, people. I don't care how innocent it is, how great his heart and intent is, how righteous it is, how it's just a good deed, and etc. Even with all of that to be true, some things still don't need to take place. If by chance this is a genuine intention, it's opening the door for men that don't have good intentions to create situations to get close to young girls. We played in our counselor's hair as little girls, but she was a woman and we were under 12 years old. These girls are too old to be playing in a grown man's hair all at once, and they themselves are at a vulnerable, curious age. Raise money and get them mannequins to play hairdresser in. There are many other things he can think of for them to do. It's not appropriate. So stop saying how innocent it is. Again, this is a woman. I'm like I said, I don't know what experiences this woman specifically had with teachers or whatnot or whatever. But again, notice how the main focus, and I told you guys before on both of my platforms, all three platforms, I've brought you guys videos that showcased all teachers. It didn't matter the ethnicity, it didn't matter the sexuality. I showed you all teachers that were specifically going directly after students. But for whatever reason, she's like, oh, we need to really pay attention and look at the fact of these male teachers and how it is that they're going out here deciding to do all of these things. Like, this is not innocent, and this is just opening the door. He's directly trying to go after them. They're very vulnerable, and all. Like, it's a lot of fear mongering. It's a lot of fear mongering, and like I told people before, people wonder why it is that men are not in the child care area. Like I said, to put it directly into perspective, right? Back when my son was younger, right? I was taking him directly to school. I think it was probably like pre-K or uh is it called like pre-K or starter? I forgot what it was. It was a while ago, right? So I took him and they were asking for parents to come in and not be like chaperones, but to help out with the teachers, right? Because there were a lot of students directly there. And I was like, you know what, I'm pretty much being young at the time, I'm like, you know what, I'm not really doing anything at the moment, so I don't got no problem. Like, I get to spend more time and be there, and also maybe help out some other kids and stuff like that. So why not? So during the wintertime of me deciding to do this, it came to a point in time. Well, it wasn't directly winter. I want to say it's more fall because they had on heavier jackets. It got to the point where the kids were going to go outside and they were going to play, right? So I already helped my son out with his jacket, and there was like a little girl. She was like, "Hey, I was wondering, could you help me with my jacket? Because kids, for whatever reason, have terrible hands." Right. So, and I want to know, this was directly in the classroom. All of the female teachers were there. All of the students were completely there. My son was directly there. Right. So the moment of time I got down on, because she's standing, the moment of time I got down on one knee, like I do directly with my son, I sat up there and grabbed the ends of the jacket and I sat up there and zipped it up. When I sit up there and tell you that I felt uncomfortable, and it wasn't because I was helping her zip up her jacket. It was because all of the female teachers stopped whatever they were doing to basically zone in and look directly at me. And I'm like, did I do something wrong? I'm like, was I looking weird a certain type of way? I'm like, what did I do wrong in order for all of these female teachers in one class that are supposed to be monitoring and looking at these kids to sit up there and look directly at me as if I'm doing something wrong or that I'm potentially going to do something wrong? And I'm like, you know what? I love my kid a lot, but I am not going to put myself through this type of thing ever again, where I'm going to be made as a black man to be felt uncomfortable as if I'm trying to directly do something wrong when I was simply doing the same thing I do for my son. I'm like, you know what? You got it. You got it. And then the craziest part is the teachers that were there. And again, this is a black school. These are all black women. And I'm like, you have to be kidding me. I'm like, you guys have seen me, periodically throughout the days, coming to pick them up or maybe to drop off lunch or whatnot or whatever. And you see me, like, I write my name down and, say hi and wave and all this other type of stuff. And, when picking him up, he waves like, hey, I'll see you guys later. Da, da, da. And it's like, to literally go through that, I'm like, yeah, I would never in my life, like at that moment in time, if I ever had a thought of being a teacher, I was like, I would never do it. I would never sit up there and do it. And all because of, that instance of going through that and having that happen. Like I said, when I mean to sit up there and tell you that I was massively uncomfortable, Like I was literally trying to figure out what did I do wrong. And that whole moment stays with me even still to this day because I'm like, man, I'm like, did I really? Because I'm really trying to figure out still to this day, what did I do wrong? You know? But like I said before, to any black men out there that want to be teachers, much love, respect, and appreciation to you. Um, I would almost, in a sense, say that I would rather y'all be online teachers just to be real, just to be safe and sound, because far too often you can have people try to make insinuations or make you feel uncomfortable about certain things which you shouldn't even feel uncomfortable about because you're not doing nothing wrong, right? Like I said, I don't know. And if any other you know uh fathers have, gone through that, my condolences. I'm so sorry that you've had to feel that way or, go through something like that. Like I said, it will, that moments like that will quickly change your perception, your view on a lot of things very quickly, rapidly, you know. Um, MD said, women mess with kids. Yeah, yeah. People are just vile. Absolutely ridiculous. No harm done at all. Yep. Yo, King, what is up? What is up? What is up? Also, shout out to Manny Pants out here. King's Kid said, I was told a long time ago that whatever you look for, you will find. They're looking for a reason to tear down a black man, and if they can't find it, they will create it. Yeah, that's true. And that's what you're able to witness directly in these comments. And like I said, it's insane. It is 100% insane. Never, like I said, never at any point in time would you ever see people write think pieces like this on a female teacher where the students were playing directly, with, the hair of, the female teacher. You would never see people go off on a limb and try to say like, oh, this female teacher is grooming. She's doing this. She's doing that. She's opening the door. These girls are so vulnerable to her, and you would never see it because it doesn't happen. Nobody automatically thinks, and you have a lot more women out here than you do men. You have a lot more women that are in the school system than you do men. So a lot of times when you do just so happen to have those few negative guys out there that are doing this, you have a lot of guys that are not anywhere close to that space. They actually genuinely care directly about those kids. They're trying to do everything to, protect them and propel them, to the future, get them prepared, right? So that they can be self-sufficient adults, right? But again, in the same token, you have a lot of women out here that will do sneaky, underhanded things. They will try to open the door, see how far it is that they can go, and then they will go to the fullest extent. And then in a lot of stories that I've covered, a lot of these female teachers don't really get prosecuted. They don't get put on the registry. A lot of the stories that I've brought to you guys that deal with female teachers, they don't state that these women are going to get put on the registry. They don't state that these women are going to have their teaching license directly stripped from them. And a lot of these stories, I don't see women online stating that, oh yeah, coming out with the torches and the pitchforks saying that something's got to be done. Us women need to come to, no, because the main thing that people always want to state is men are the greatest danger. Men are the only danger. Therefore, allowing the door to be open for the other people that you don't perceive as a risk or a danger to specifically go directly after your kids because you're only looking at one thing. It's crazy. DSA once said, more females mess with children than men, and they have the audacity to look at us crazy. Yeah. Yo, Miss Rachel Williams, much love, respect, and appreciation for the donation to the platform. Said good morning and thank you for being so real. Again, the main thing that I've told you guys before is that if at any moment in time I can happen to cover a story or video or whatnot, and any experiences that I've gone through, I will, do my best to be as transparent as possible and, list those, directly out there. Like I said before, I am human, just like, everybody else, going through experiences, just like, everybody else. The difference is, a lot of people are not directly, honest about those experiences because, they're worried about the perception or how it is that people may take them things or the judgments or, all of these other things. And, again, if I can, in a sense, be an example, in a sense, or list a real world example, I'd rather do that versus, in a sense, just talking, from just the stance of observation, right? So much love, respect to Rachel for that donation. MD said the picture is always focused on that nasty old uncle and never the old nasty auntie. Yeah, that's why I wanted to bring up the whole thing with D Ray, the comedian D Ray, and what it is that he went through being a 13-year-old male, right? And how it is that his mother's friends both tag teamed him and went after him at a young age. But like I said, as everybody commonly states, men are the danger. Men are the only ones that specifically do this. So it's always men, 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 right? Pink, yo, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. MD said it's assumed to be a woman's profession also. Why else would a man teach little kids? Yeah, and that's the whole thing too. And like I said, and as I've told you guys before, I love kids because I've always stated that the only reason that as adults we even exist is due to the effect of kids. Right? The moment in time that we no longer have kids, it's over. Nothing is going to get passed on. There's really nobody else left to teach. There's nobody that's going to carry on that torch, right? Kids are the main reason why a lot of adults are, in a sense, here, why a lot of adults tend to do the things that they do, where it's, providing, where it's teaching, educating, building, protecting, all of those things. And that's because of the kids, because there's somebody else out there, to live for. Not just you, but there's somebody else out there that needs you, right? But it's crazy, right? MD said, "Thank you for the encouragement with Black First Coffee, brother. No problem, no problem, no problem. Like I said, much love, respect, and appreciation. And like I said before, the moment of time that you guys have any type of a company or a business or anything like that, with the little bit of a platform that I have, I will do my best to try to, highlight and, show some type of support and to bring awareness, directly to, what it is that you're doing. And like I said, I love coffee. I just have to actually get myself a coffee maker because, the old one that I have, it no longer exists. So, the moment in time that I can happen to get a brand new, coffee maker, I can start, buying some coffee and, really, support your coffee business. I'm not sure if would have to get like a Keurig or something like that, but I'll have to, figure that out. What was it? Officer Haku, aka King Black, said, "Yo, I'm going back to bed." I thought this man was already asleep. This man been up the whole time. Much love, respect, and appreciation, brother, for the donation to the channel. Much love. MD said, let us know and we'll send you some samples. All right, I got you. I got you. I gotta save up my, my little ducats, so I can do that. Work in progress. We will get there, right? So one of the comments said, for sure, a lot of these little girls don't be so innocent, and he don't know if one is crushing on him either, right? And you know, there comes times where you do have students that have crushes directly on teachers, but I would like to sit up there and state that that shouldn't be the automatic go-to or thought process. If we're looking at this black man and he's just with his students, everything is aired out for everybody to see, right? This is a live stream that is happening. There are obviously other students directly in the classroom and whatnot or whatever. We should go to the automatic assumption that these young girls, oh yeah, they're some of these girls are probably attracted to this male teacher. That's a bit weird. Again, we've seen movies, books, stories, whatever you want to sit up there and call it. But again, a lot of these assumptions that are being placed, we shouldn't automatically be going directly to a negative. Like, it's crazy that you can have a black male teacher that is telling you what's going on, and people will still write their own stories and their own theories and create their own endings on what it is that they want to, specifically happen. right? Another person said, you are showing that you have never seen a positive male figure or a man in your life. You also see gender role as an issue, and that is, I'm going to insert that, and that is a self battle you have to work out, right? Another person said, exactly. Was that the same woman up top? Yeah, I guess she was referring back to the woman up here, Tam, camp counselor. Another person said, you're showing that you've never had male teachers. Well, you're showing that you've never seen male teachers groom slash go after female students. We had a few at every level at school back in the day. It started innocent, moved to lap sitting, closed door. Eventually, one guy went all the way and got arrested. The point is that the solid teachers understand this and set distinct boundaries, even if they themselves are pure. Now, again, I want to reiterate, the women that you are able to see are literally trying to say and vilify men because you have a few out here that decide to do this. Automatically, that means that all men are bad. Automatically, that means that all male teachers are bad, and it's automatically should be assumed that they're going to do something evil and nefarious, right? Because they are there with the students. And I'm like, if you really feel that that is the case, then how about you primarily only make all of the areas of teaching in the education system strictly women? Why don't every single woman out here go directly into the teaching industry? If you really feel that men being a part of this industry is such a negative thing, why not sit up there instead of complaining? Why not sit up there and get yourself together, get whatever money that you need to get, and go to school so that you can be in the teacher, so that you can take that man or other men or whoever you want to list, so you can take their position. Why not do that? Because it's amazing to me that you can see so many women online throwing these assumptions and trying to characterize, because you got one example or a few examples, you want to try to characterize all male teachers as some type of villain. It's crazy. It's completely crazy. Like the dude said above, like you obviously have never had a great male teacher before, a positive male teacher before. It's crazy. The assumptions out here are wild. Another person said, this is inappropriate. He should be held accountable, but not fired. Let's see some of these comments down here, right? Another person said, accountable, like pay for their hair services because ain't nothing else going on in the video. Another person said, but where is he inappropriate, right? Let me go back to this. She said, elaborate the inappropriate part, please. Another person said, do your research. He's a content creator and has many videos with all of his kids. I can't believe y'all. Another person said, elaborate because I see no issue. Another person said, explain how. Please go ahead. I'm listening. Right? Another person said that they are agreeing with the woman up top. Said agreed. Highly questionable individual. I almost want to sit up there and see what the profile looks like. I would sit up there and go fully through that. Another person said maybe cosmetology. Another person said, what exactly is inappropriate about it? He's on school property, which is open to all, nothing behind closed doors or dark spaces. It's multiple students. He's sitting down and he's not in between their legs. So what is inappropriate? Another person said, held accountable for what? So again, notice how this woman here, she wanted to make this assumption, wanted to make it seem like this dude is like, oh, this is inappropriate, yada, 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 all this other type of stuff. But once people started getting directly on her case, and also you got 77 people that obviously didn't want to have the conversation, but they wanted to make sure to like her post, right? But she never came back to point out to people what specifically was inappropriate, what it was that he was doing wrong that is so nefarious that anything realistically needs to happen to him. Like I said before, you have a lot of people doing these think pieces trying to vilify men, but let me be more specific. They're writing these think pieces to vilify a black male teacher who was a part of this education system, which primarily is run and dominated by women. But like I said, they don't got none of these people up here got any smoke for the female teachers that I've talked about over my years of doing videos and bringing this information directly to you. I never see none of these people leave any type of comments. And I've also made and placed videos about this on IG. And I never see these same people happen to show up and want to say this, that, and the third. And like I said, it's crazy. Another person said, under fire for what? We be sensitive on the wrong stuff. Right. So let me expand that. Another person said, I'm trying to understand the anger. Another person said, you sound stupid. Students shouldn't be braiding a teacher's hair. It's inappropriate. So if the teacher invites the same student to come over to his house and braid his hair, would you say people is being sensitive about the wrong stuff? It's not a good look. Be professional, especially when it comes to teenage girls. Now we're just, hold on. Let me just show you this, right? So now in order to have an opinion, to try to state that this person is right, this person wants to write a what if, right? So if the teacher invites the same students to come over, why would he be inviting the students to come over to his house to braid his hair? Why would he do that? Why would he do that? Like I said before, you got a lot of these people putting these think pieces or whatever it is that you want to call it together in order to vilify this teacher. Like, this is stupid. This is so ignorant. I've never seen anything like this. And I want to note to a lot of people, these are black people, melanated people, writing this about a black male teacher. Like, I don't even know where I'm at right now. Looking at and witnessing these type of ridiculous comments. And again, I'm going to reiterate, people wonder why it is that you don't see black men wanting to go into the teaching industry. This is why. Because whenever black men are there, it's automatically assumed they're up to no good. It's automatically nefarious. It's automatically a bad deed is going to sit up there and take place and happen. That's ridiculous. That's 100% ridiculous. Like I said, and this is why I would not fault black male teachers in a sense just getting out of the physical brick and mortar schools and just doing online schools or doing something else. I would not even be mad. Because it's better for you to sit up there and do something else versus to have to go through something like this, or for anybody to try to insinuate anything. Like we black men have already been going through this since the beginning of time, since the inception of the United States. People have already been writing think pieces like, oh, they're criminal minded. They're thieves. They're up to nefarious things. They're going to sit up there and get your daughters, and they're going to, be these demons and do this and do that and all this other type of stuff. Like I said, it's crazy. It's crazy. Somebody said, I blame the internet for making people so soft. Said exactly. Another person said the same thing. Somebody else regurgitating the same thing was like, so would you let your daughter braid a grown man's hair? That's cool with you, huh? Right? Trying to do the what if thing, like, oh, what if it was your kids? Would you be so fine and so okay with it? Since you seem to be so fine and okay with that happening to other people's kids? Would you? Because they're automatically assuming that the person is going to say the opposite. And you've seen in the comments that a lot of other people be like, if I don't see any problem with it, I know the teacher, I know where everybody's at, I know what's going on. They were like, no, I'm not going to have a problem with it. Like I said before, like, it's crazy, right? Another person said, it's funny how this is inappropriate, but women can go after boys in school and not go to jail. And that's the same thing that I just told y'all. And you got nothing but guys directly underneath this comment section, right? Basically be like, yeah, you're right. But then you got one other person that wanted to sit up there and state, nah, bro, just log off, as if to try to state that he's wrong. He's pointing out the fact that there's obviously a double standard, that obviously when you have women out here doing actual nefarious things, ain't nobody saying nothing. But the moment in time that a man is out here, it's automatic assumptions. He's guilty, and then he has to work to prove himself innocent. It's crazy. And like I said, this type of stuff only happens to black men, where they are deemed to be a criminal, where they're deemed to be no good. It's the same exact talking points that you heard the quote unquote true Americans always state about black men and young black boys. It's crazy. And you literally see black people in the comment section feeding into that exact same narrative, into that exact same belief. You even got black men in here which is the craziest thing, feeding directly into that narrative of, oh, this black man looks dangerous and all this and that. It's crazy. It's crazy. Another person said, put it like this: I bet those kids respect the hell out of this man. Um, it is, wait, is it deal or appropriate, or is it ideal or appropriate for workplace? No, but the bond he has with those kids, most teachers probably would love to have. He definitely shouldn't be fired, right? So let's look at some of those comments directly down there from people, right? Person said, wrong, wrong, wrong. And this is like the same dude coming through all of the comments stating, right? Another person said, well, tell those kids he should be fired and you're willing to do his job. Yep. Yep. And he more than likely won't. He said, I taught 10th through 12th grade for 5 years. He is putting himself in a very precarious situation. Two, is just bad all the way around. That's not what the dude said. He said, if you feel that everything is wrong, including the sentiments that the OP stated, then how about you go right back into the school system of which you said that you taught in for 5 years, go right back in there and replace that teacher. You're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. Right? So other guy came back. He said, nobody said it was okay. I said he shouldn't be fired. He didn't do anything to warrant a termination, a write-up, or a day without pay, far as it should go. We don't even know this man to label him, nor do we know the bond those kids have with him. Your experience with the kids in 5 years, I salute, because teaching ain't easy profession to be in, right? Another person said, I agree, no termination, but this behavior should stop immediately, right? If anything, realistically, if there's a problem, internet people should realistically shut up. The main people that should be speaking are the parents, because the parents are able to see what is going on, right? If they want to sit up there and monitor or see what is taking place and what's happening, the parents can literally go to the live stream. They can talk directly to their kids, have a town hall meeting, whatever they want to sit up there and do, right? Those are the actual people that should really be engaging directly into this, other than people just giving these opinions, trying to state if this dude should be fired or terminated and all this other type of stuff. Like I said, it's crazy. Another person said, no, he should not be terminated. The kids love him so much, they want to do his hair. So let's see what some of these comments look like. Another person said that's 100%. Another person said they helping him by saving him money. True. Another person said, I agree. I do not think he should be terminated. I actually see a team building experience happening. Also, I am glad that the students are working together and not fighting each other. There is so much good in this picture. We don't need to make it into something that it's not. That's one of the few positive comments that I've been able to run off directly to you guys. And that was stated by a woman. And I showcased to you guys quite a few of the women directly up here that wanted to vilify. I showcased to you guys quite a few of the men up here that are melanated black that wanted to vilify this guy, on top of the fact that they are men themselves. So I'm like, if you're going to, in a sense, vilify and try to make it seem like this dude is nefarious, what are you then saying about yourself as a man? So if you're trying to carry on and make it seem like other people should view this man as a danger, then you're also giving the license and telling other people like, oh yeah, if you view this man as a danger, then you should also see me as a danger too. Yeah. But if you were to tell those people that, they're going to say like, no, that's not what I'm saying. But no, it is. Because if you're telling people that they should assume something negative about this man, they should also assume something negative about you. Because 9 times out of 10, the main people trying to, in a sense, make a scapegoat or tell people, looky over here, are some of the main people that are also doing stuff, right? So a lot of these men that are trying to cast a blame, cast a negative branding directly on this guy, maybe people should look into those guys. Remember the one guy that was writing directly down here, where he go? This guy right here that said he was in the system for about 5 years. Because you want to disagree, how do we not know that you might have, had some inappropriate or nefarious things go down with you and a student? No matter how little it might have been. Like I said before, but people don't want to aim it like that. People don't want to look at it from that scope or that angle, right? Another person said, couldn't be my daughters. That's cool. Whatever it is, like I said, you are the parent, right? Another person said, man, who you telling? Another person said, keep your hands to yourself. Another person said, yes, some of these comments are troubling and I teach. Parents have lost all their marbles if you think that this is appropriate. Another person said, that part. Another person, these are the same people that say a man is scarier than a bear. All of a sudden, he's not scary if he's attractive. Came back again, said, even let their daughters play in his hair. I don't know. Might be fine for them, but not for me. Stated later, that's a repeat. Same here. Facts exactly. Another person said, please help. Why? What would be the problem? Right. So again, if he's talking from the perspective that he is a parent and he wouldn't let his daughters do that, that's completely cool. You would have the conversation, with your daughters or the teacher, whatnot, or what have you. There you go. Right. Problem solved directly on that. But to try and throw all of these other things directly in there, nobody was talking about the attractiveness of the teacher. Like I said, you have people throwing in all of these things to try to create a type of stance so that they can have a talking point. Like it's completely crazy. Like nobody was even, like I said, I'm not looking at it any type of negative way. And again, this is a person that has covered a lot of stories dealing directly with teachers over the years. I saw something that was highly positive here. How other people are magically thinking that this is negative and they're trying to, I don't know. Like I said, this is why it's very hard at certain points to try to defend black people when it comes to certain stuff. This is why. Because you go online and you start seeing a lot of, nonsense, right? Another person said, I'm sorry, I'm very open minded, but I'm not comfortable with this. Let's see some of the responses that they got down here. So one person said, not at all. Person asked why. Another person said, okay, then be closed minded about this then. Why? And again, a lot of these people that tend to make these statements, they never come through and give a reason. They'll just say, like, oh, I'm just this, right? Another person said termination. Nope, especially when teachers of other colors are doing far worse things to students and get a slap on the wrist. See the comments. Somebody said, like, what? Are you slow? Are you slow? What? You gotta be. I'm not even gonna do it. That's the stupidest question I've ever seen in my life. The person is literally telling you that realistically nothing is wrong with the situation that you see here, but you have teachers that are doing far worse, more nefarious things out there, and this clown is like what? Are you dense? Are you stupid? Do you live directly under a rock? Do you know how to listen or read or look up any stories dealing with this is yo, oh my god. Oh my god. Another person said, most likely kids who don't like going to the lunchroom and he opens up his free time to have them chill in his class. Another person said, what? Said no. He said it was 10 minutes left of class on a Friday. Work was done, and that those girls like to braid. So he said, practice your craft on me. So all of those girls got to work. He said that they are into makeup, hair, and nails. So why not be a dummy for them as long as it's not feminine, right? And like I said before, again, I'm looking at it as a positive thing. This is a teacher, a black male teacher that they look up to, and he lets them sit up there and paint his nails, do all of these other types of things, right? Nails and in this instance, hair. Again, I'm not sitting up there seeing a huge fuss. Everything is being recorded. It's being directly televised. I'm pretty sure if parents have an issue directly with it, they can come directly to the school and have a face-to-face conversation directly with the teacher. At this moment in time, I haven't heard that that was a thing that was specifically taking place. So I'm just assuming by that, again, this is on social media. The students are obviously there. I'm assuming that, the parents are fine or they don't believe that there needs to be a safety check that needs to take place, right? Another person said shouldn't have to tell no man that this is inappropriate. Another person said thank you, it shouldn't even be an argument that this is inappropriate. Another person said again, why? Another person said facts, right? So whenever you have people that make a statement and you just have a whole bunch of people that agree, they're never going to give an example or try to state any type of thing. Even the teacher said himself, if he was a female teacher and these students were doing his hair, nobody would say that it was inappropriate. Nobody would be saying that it's unprofessional. Nobody would be saying that that female teacher is opening up the doors of how this could the optics could be seen bad, and you're trying to coerce these students and mesmerize. Nobody would be saying that. Like I said before, he literally stated this directly in the video with his own narration to defend himself, which realistically he shouldn't even have to sit up there and do. Another person said, it's only inappropriate because he's posting on social media. If it was downtime in the class and the kids are cool with it, I don't see a problem. But again, I could be wrong, right? Comments say, you're right. Parents gave consent for their children to be videotaped and recorded for him to upload on social media, right? Poor judgment all the way around. Okay. Another person said, then he shouldn't have posted it. Another person said, he has a signed consent from their parents. So again, if I'm going by the wording of some of the people here who may have gone directly through his social media and watched other videos, and this guy, the teacher, is stating that he has consent forms, he's talked to the parents so they know. Again, I'm not sure how there are these think pieces online where people are trying to vilify this dude. I'm not even understanding it. Like I said, I need other people to help me comprehend, you know, how it's a huge thing. Yo, Ali, what is up? What is up? What is up? If you're at school, then yeah, did say once said, I was trying to find the community tab on this subject and speak on this, and I can't find it now. Wait, community tab? You talking about on the channel, or I'm not sure. You also said because when I first saw this, I was going to say it's mainly them palm colored folks, not us doing that, going after the chillins. Right. MD said, both of my parents taught the major part of their lives, thinking that I had the gene. I taught for a year. That mess ain't for everyone, including me. I get that. I get that. I wish Ty was here at this moment in time, because he could, speak directly on this as well. Let me see. Pink says, Seji, I sent you some stuff on IG. All right, I got you. Also said, would these people say the same thing if a group of true American females were combing his hair? It would be a whole nother thing. On top of the allegations that they would list as him being a Geppetto, they would also try to say that, oh, this is what we're talking about with these black males directly out here, and that it would be that whole type of thing that I've shown you, you guys before. I actually have somebody that I probably might highlight in a second, because the comments that I saw, and again, I do get that some people say stuff just for sensationalism and conversation's sake, just to have whatnot or whatever. But again, I'm going to have to highlight it to showcase the stupidity directly in it. Let me see. MD said you're talking about the true Americans, the fake patriot females, right? Yeah, I think yeah, that's what he's talking about. DSA once said it was another channel that had this up, and I read some of the comments. Okay, I got you. So let's go back to the side here. Another person said, man who gives an F, long as the parents approve or disapprove, it's what matters, right? Let's go to the comments. One person said the parents were okay with it. Another person said he called all the parents in the class and asked if it was okay that your daughter braid his hair and paints his nails in class. I doubt it. The real question is, did he clear it with the district? So you got one person that said that he already did all of these things. And then you have another woman directly right here that is like, oh, I highly doubt that he sat up there and did this. But never mind the parents. What about the district? This ain't a field trip. This is not a field trip. Why would he have to clear something like this with the district? This is not affecting the whole, what? Like, what do people even think about some of the stuff that they even talk about? Like, he wouldn't know, he wouldn't have to go to the district. He wouldn't have to go to the school board. This is not a field trip. This is on the property of the school in the classroom. If he talks to the parents, that's the only people that realistically matter. The parents are the ones that got the power. It don't matter what nobody else say. It's the parents. Another person said, maybe the school board sees it differently. He's an employee and could potentially cause them to being sued for something that he knows is against school policy. What? Besides, he's on school grounds having young girls braid his hair. It's inappropriate. How do we get like lawsuits and all of this other? What are people even talking about right now? What are people even? What? Another person said, I would just have boundaries to protect my job. That's understandable. I get that one. No, I don't see no problem with that. That's cool. Another person said, it's that is that a damn cosmetology school? Wow, I'm just saying, bro, as a teacher myself, I wouldn't do it. Just purely unprofessional. You're a woman at the end of the day. It don't even matter what you got to say because if you did have female students doing your hair, nobody's going to cause a fuss or a ruckus. They're going to be like, oh, well, that's just like girls doing each other's hair when they were younger, and this black woman is empowering these young girls to focus in and do their. I already know how the narrative would get spun directly on that. She would get an award. People would probably be trying to send out scholarships. People would be plastering all over social media talking about the positivity, black girl power, and all this other type of stuff. So for her to sit up there and try to say whatever it is that she stated is crazy to me. Like I said, you're a woman at the end of the day. Maybe if you decided to actually reverse it and state that you had black male students doing your hair, braiding your hair, but then that's going to be a whole nother topic. There's going to be a whole nother topic dealing with a whole bunch of other stuff that a lot of is going to cause a lot of dividing in the comment section when it deals with that one, right? If it was the reverse, if you had a black female teacher and she was allowing black male students to do this, it would be a whole nother topic. It will be a whole other theories about the sexuality of those black male students and all of these assumptions, right? But the funny part is none of those assumptions would lead to anybody stating that the female teacher needs to be fired, she needs to be reprimanded, she needs to have unpaid days off or leave or all this other type of stuff. It wouldn't be all of this. Another person said, why would he be terminated if his school administration, colleagues, the parents of the school, and the students support him? It sounds like nobody listened to what he actually eloquently explained, right? And again, we all saw the video, or at least some of us. We all saw the video. I'm going to probably play it again. Matter of fact, I'm going to do that right now because we got a few people that might have just came in, didn't hear the video. So again, for the third time, we're just going to play the video to get everybody up to speed on why it is that I'm going directly over a lot of these nonsensical comments, right?
Let's go ahead and stir the pot a little, shall we? Last Friday, 10 minutes before dismissal time, I decided to live stream my students helping me take my hair out. There was quite the discourse in the chat, which had people saying this was inappropriate and other people saying this was completely fine. There was nothing wrong with what I was doing, and people were just making it weird. So, of course, I had to bring this issue to the big stage. I would like to represent myself in this case, Your Honor, if I may. Number one, for a little context, I had a hair appointment immediately after school, and I needed my hair taken out beforehand. I would have taken it out the night before, but that Friday we had a camera crew coming in to shoot a promotional video, and I was one of the ones being interviewed. So I had to look presentable, so I didn't take my hair out. I didn't have the time to do it all myself because it would have taken me forever. So naturally I asked about 4 or 5 of my over 100 best friends to assist me in taking my hair out, and they all agreed. Number two, this was at the end of class. This week we were doing STEM fair presentations. Since it was Friday and all of my students did an excellent job on their STEM fair projects and presentations, I told them if we get one solid presentation in this class, I'll end class a little early and they can have fun and play basketball, darts, or be on their phones or whatever. And during that time, my team would help me take my hair out. A couple of these were students from my class, but others were students from other classes. I wrote all of them a pass at the beginning of the class period, requesting their assistance 10 minutes before dismissal. I told the teachers only send them if all of their work was completed and they had good behavior. They all met the criteria, so 10 minutes before dismissal, they showed up for their job. My next point I like to make is if I was a female teacher, those people wouldn't be in the comments saying, "Oh, this is weird. This is inappropriate." Because me personally, I don't think there's anything weird about this. People are saying, "Oh, that's too intimate." To me, it's literally just hair. It doesn't have to be weird. Some people have never had cool teachers, and it shows. Personally believe that building authentic relationships with students is paramount in being an effective teacher. I make sure my students know and can feel that I care about them beyond the schoolwork and all the stuff that I have to make them do. I take the time to get to know my students outside of academics because caring for the whole child is what's important.
So again, we heard the positive message. We heard the calm demeanor directly of the teacher, giving a narration and also having to come out and defend himself, which you realistically should not have to do, because a lot of people want to try to say that this black man is doing something criminal, doing something nefarious, that he is grooming, all these other types of things, right? And as you stated before, if he was a female teacher, this would not even be a conversation. Miss E, good morning. Good morning. Said one thing people keep saying is that if this was a black woman, people wouldn't have a problem. Firstly, everyone knows that a black woman isn't going to let anyone touch their hair. Just saying. Actually, I want to give a little bit of pushback because when I was in private school, it was an all black private school. Shout out to Temple of Faith. When I was there, one of my teachers, I want to say it should have been Miss Presley. Shout out also to Miss Presley as well. Awesome teacher. I think she should have been my history teacher. I forgot which class it was, but I know she was her classroom was towards the playground and the driveway of the school, right? And there were girls in there that knew how to braid. And Miss Presley, being a younger teacher, I want to say during that time she was probably in her 20s. Like she was a younger teacher compared to the other teachers that were there, and she was also married as well. And because she was a younger teacher, she allowed the girls to put a braid or two directly in her hair. During the class period, when everything was set. I think it was either during the class period or maybe during lunch. And some other female teachers there too allowed the girls to play directly in their hair as well. But again, that was when I was in private school. I can't directly speak for the black female teachers of now. That may be the case as of now, but when I was growing up, that's not something that I in a sense directly saw, right? But much love, respect, and appreciation for your comment. MD said, I'm surprised no one brought up the black hairdo thing. Wait, black hairdo thing? I don't even know what that is. I might need you to elaborate on that one for me. I'm a little bit lost. Yo, the Jelmo, what is up? What is up? What's up? Said black men doing things productive irritates many people. That's true. You also said black. Oh, okay. It was a repeat. But yeah. That's 100% true. It's like the brother's doing something positive, and this is what he gets, right? So another person said, been working with kids since 96 and never met with a female student in an isolated area or with a door closed. Always let administration and teachers know when and where I was meeting with the student. Any female students that cross boundaries in any way, words, proximity, attitude would not meet with me again. Respect that, completely understand. Another person said, I taught at alternative high schools for 10 years and ain't no way would I ever put myself in that situation. He will lose his job. Well, that's yet to be determined. We will see what's going to specifically take place. For a lot of people to feel, or in a sense, want him to lose his job or throw these insinuations in a criminal matter for a situation that is not criminal, again, is completely insane. Makes no sense. Another person said, people nowadays have no self-awareness. Look at some of these comments here. See what they got directly down here. One person said 0. And this is the same person earlier that said that, oh, would he allow his male students to sit up there and take down his hair and to braid his hair? Who no straight man is going to sit up there. I'm going to repeat this again. No straight man is going to allow his male students directly to take down or to braid his hair. Now, what a male teacher may do is if you got a male student that's very good at lining somebody up, edging up, or shape ups, yeah, when it deals with that, more than likely with at least showing working proof that he can sit up there and do this, yeah, a teacher will more than likely sit up there and let a student do that with no problem. But like I said before, when you put it in perspective, people start running. People want to, oh, it's not the same thing. You know, it's always that type of deal because people just want to vilify and they want to specifically only see one thing as one thing. Another person said, this just doesn't look right. It could be seen as a predatory move. They always start with innocent physical contact of some sort. His intentions could be totally pure, but he has to exercise wisdom. How are you going to sit up there and say, first of all, let's just go over this. You said this doesn't look right, so you already got negative thoughts and vilifying the man. Then you said this could be seen as a predatory move. You're looking at it as a predatory move. And then you wanted to go down the block, was like, okay, well, since I already started that, let me just add in. They always start. Who is they? Who is they? Who is they? Specifically speaking, who is they? Like I said before, whenever it's black men, this is how people want to talk. They want to make things into some type of theory. Again, I'm not sure what type of teachers other people specifically. I don't know. I do not know. I do not know. I do not know. I'm not even sure if a lot of these people here even know what a good black man looks like or a positive black male role model looks like. I don't know if they've ever experienced that, but I have throughout my life. And that's why I told you guys before, shout out to the black male teachers, the few far and in between black male teachers that I did have. Shout out to the black brothers that I saw passing by on the street that took out the time to have a conversation or allowed me to be a part of a conversation. Shout out to the black fathers out there from a lot of my friends, Mr. Thomas, Mr. Sertima, rest in peace to him, Mr. Dinkins, Mr. Roosevelt, and a great deal of the other black fathers that I came into contact with growing up. Because of all of those black men, I am the man that I am at this moment in time. Because I was able to see and witness them, be around, their kids, around their family, being a part of the community, being an integral part, being a positive role model. Right. Also, even if I have a disagreement with my uncles, shout out to them for being, again, a positive influence directly, in my life. So again, like I said before, I'm not sure the interactions that a lot of people have specifically had with black men, especially a lot of the black women that I'm seeing directly, leave comments about this black man. I don't know what type of instance that they might have had, but you might need some therapy. You might want to go seek it. You might want to go look directly at some therapy because, again, the projection directly out here is crazy to me. Another person said, unless there's an after school program that does this, it's one thing. Other than that, as an educator, this is not okay. Another person said, most important, he filmed it so no one can accuse him of being inappropriate towards the student, towards the young ladies. Even with this being filmed, you still have people trying to state that he's being inappropriate. It's crazy. Another person said, it's too many guys that love smashing underage girls out there for this. Not saying he had bad intentions, but we have to be realistic. Those girls have had puberty and it looks inappropriate. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Like we're automatically upping their mentality and trying to assume that they find their teacher just automatically attractive, and because of that, he decides to allow them to do his hair in order so that he can open the door, bring down their defenses, and that he could just go out to the. Come on, man! Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this is how for a lot of the women out there. If I have any women, for the 25 people that are currently here, if you are a woman, this is how dangerous it is for guys. Because at any moment in time, a woman on social media can make an assumption and automatically it's true. None of the women here that I read the comments of have any valid evidence or proof that what they are stating is true when it deals with the example that is directly in front of you. None of them. They're just going by assumptions, theories, thoughts, some other stories from yesteryear or whatnot or whatever. It's crazy. It's completely crazy. MD said braids and things. Oh, I got you. MSC said, well, I'm sorry, Miss E stated, female teacher, I still would disagree. Putting yourself in that position, especially with all of this Me Too movement stuff, you're just asking for trouble. Nah, if you're a female teacher and you got girls taking out your hair, there's no such thing as the Me Too movement. I've never heard of a woman getting prosecuted or losing her job because of the Me Too movement. The only person after way, way, way after the Me Too movement, the only person that's really going through some stuff is Lizzo. That's the only person right now that is innocent, if you want to call it a Me Too type of thing. That's the only person. Because primarily you had women coming out against Lizzo that wanted to state that, oh, she was body phobic, fat shaming, and all this other type of stuff towards us, and yada yada yada. Right. And there was even one guy who came out and was like a part of the group as well, too. That's the only time out of all of these things that have taken place where you have the instance of a woman, in a sense, being Me Too. But when it deals with men, it's not even on the same scale. And like I said before, it's easy for women to, in a sense, come out and state that, oh, this man touched me, this man did this man is inappropriate. If a woman goes out there online and states this and shows the picture of a man, women everywhere are gonna be like, oh my God, this dude is dastardly. He's the devil. He's Satan. Something's got to be done. We got to bring away. But none of these women have proof. I've covered stories like this before, and I've shown you the threads where women just put a picture of a dude out there and say something, and it's completely untrue. I've also shown you guys circumstances where a woman literally made a thread stating that she can be anywhere in America and state that a guy specifically did something, and everybody's going to believe her, and she knows it. That's some devil type of work right there. To know the fact that no matter what you state, that everybody's going to believe you because you're a woman. That's crazy. That's great. And that's another reason why I'm trying to show off a lot of these comments, because you have a lot of insinuations going on about this black man. Nobody online is realistically, in a sense, tooth and nail trying to fight for this black man and defend him. He had to come out and basically defend himself vocally while narrating over a video showcasing what it is that people got a problem with. And the people that got a problem with it probably don't even got kids. The people that got a problem with it don't even have kids in the school system. The people that got a problem with it probably ain't even related to these kids at all. But yet they're trying to make these insinuations and these theses and these theories directly about this dude. It's crazy. It's crazy. MD said dreads and braids. Wait, you talking about specifically for like black men or black women, like somebody doing like their hair like that? Miss E stated you can care for students while maintaining boundaries. Again, I'm not saying that you are incorrect, but I'm just trying to figure out how is what he is doing right now so damning. Like, I've literally covered stories. Like, it wasn't that long ago. You had a female teacher before she was getting married. She was found to be kissing on an 11-year-old student. Let me repeat that again. A female teacher before the day of her marriage was found to be kissing an 11-year-old student. So I'm trying to just figure out, where is all of the women, where is all of the men to get directly on the female teachers to talk about how wrong this is? I never happen to see it. And again, I cover these stories a lot. And I never, the same energy I see about this video dealing with this black man, I never get that same energy when I cover these stories about these female teachers out here. Somebody has to explain that to me. Like I said, there's a double standard and nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to bring it up. But like I said, everybody here that I'm reading the comments of, they're trying to prop up and make it seem like they care about the kids, though. Everybody that I'm reading that I just showed y'all the comments of, they're trying to prop themselves and position themselves up as if they actually care about the kids. But whenever it is that these stories actually come out about these teachers, and there's female teachers doing this of all races, where are these same people at? Nowhere. They scatter like roaches. Magically, there's Stevie Wonder, Bird Box, Sandra Bullock. They don't see none of this. And I'm like, that's crazy to me. But the moment in time that it's a black man that's at the front of this, not doing nothing wrong, magically everybody can see it because they can see color. Wow. That's all I'm saying. It's crazy. That's all I'm saying. Like, it's crazy. Like I said, I'm tired of double standards. If people are going to sit up there and have a problem with what this black male teacher is doing, then I need y'all to sit up there and have a problem with all of it. What he is doing is nothing in comparison to the stories that I've covered. where you've literally had teachers buying hotel rooms, female teachers buying hotel rooms for their male students so that they can spend time with them. And these are married women. Married women, mind you. White picket fence, the husband, a whole 9 yards, got even kids at the house that are the same age as a student that they're paying for the hotel room for. Like I said, I never see the same energy. That's baffling to me. Baffling to me. Like I said before, this is why I can't believe people when they want to try to posture themselves and make it seem like they care about the kids, because they don't. They do not. And I know this to be a fact. Like I said, statistics prove it. We don't even got to go into the stats and list numbers. You can just look at how many adults are sitting up there doing stuff directly to kids out here, and how many adults are actually commenting under those stories, posting those stories repeatedly to let people know. Because again, whenever a male teacher, quote unquote, does something to a student, magically people want to sit up there and they want to be advocates. They want to post all information. They want to dox and all this other type of stuff. They want to make sure that he's on the register. Completely fine and dandy. I agree with that. That is cool. Do the exact same thing to the female teachers out here. When those stories are listed, make sure that you go to these courts or whatever it is, whoever you got to write to, governor, I don't care who it is. Make sure that those female teachers are on the registry, because every time I cover those stories, I never get the same energy, and I never see women talking about, oh, they need to be on the registry, they need to be on an ankle monitor, they need to be in jail and prison. It's crazy. It's crazy. But like I said, these are the double standards nobody wants to sit up there and talk about. It's crazy. DSA once said that's what they're mad at, that the other guys didn't get to play in his hair. I think I understand what you're saying. I think I understand what you're saying. MD said that's crazy. She's the only one. And yo, Dream, what is up? What is up? Said delusion is running wild these days. King said you're guilty because they want you to be guilty. It's crazy. Yeah, that's bars. Yo, Gamer, what is up? What is up? Said they're fine with double standards and a truly they're fine with double standards and a truly don't care about the students. Yeah, yeah. MD said having kids, babies. I think I got what you're saying on that one. I think. Pink said the only question that needs to be answered regarding this video is if these girls wash their hands before touching his hair. That's a good point. I didn't even think about that. I didn't even. Did I ever ask whenever I was getting my hair braided from somebody in school, did they wash their hands? I don't think I did. I think no. I think during lunch, I think the girl who braided my hair, I think she did wash her hands, because it was like during like the lunch period or whatnot. But yeah, that is a very good question. That's a very good question. Let's see. Let's go through some of these other ones. Let me see. Most important. Right. Another person said. Right. We already went over that. Fill in. He said, "Nah, not feeling this at all. My daughter ain't at school to do your damn hair. You're going to make it hard for the next brother with locks or braids to get a teaching job. How? Like, that's crazy to me. So you're gonna put the blame directly on this dude, and not the fact that you just might have some dudes out there that might have nefarious intentions that are not even doing anything like this. They're doing completely whole other types of things, such as like, oh, well, let me get your number and so I can text message you about the homework and call me if you need any. Right? Like you literally, I've gone over stories where you've had teachers do that, where they will slide their number directly over to the student, like, hey, if you need any help, I also tutor and this that. Like, yo, let me explain something to you. This is how devious one of these stories, where you had a female teacher that sat up there and quote unquote was tutoring a student after school and doing stuff in the classroom. That same teacher, in that devious nature, was like, you know what, I also tutor students directly at my home, and got the parents to okay and allow the child to be at that woman's home for quote unquote tutoring. And there was no tutoring going on. It's crazy. But you won't. They're not going to have a dude like this talking about, oh yeah, these bad female teachers. They're going to make it. They're going to make it terrible and hard for the other female teachers that want to teach to come in and actually get a job. Like I said, notice how that works. When the face of this is a black man, now magically, yo, as a black man, you making it hard for what? What's going on? What's happening? Like again, these are the same talking points that we've heard historically when it deals with black men. Another person said, highly inappropriate, but I don't think he should be fired. Another person said, no, they're learning / practicing a trade skill too. Another person, regardless of how great a teacher he is, this is inappropriate. I don't think he should be fired, but there should be boundaries between adults and children. Another person, that's a sticky topic. It may be innocent, but plenty of teachers cross them boundaries. But again, we're not talking about those teachers that do. We're specifically talking about him. We're specifically talking about this teacher here. Again, a lot of people can't seem to stay in topic, on topic when you're looking at these comments, right? Another person said some of the parents disagreeing be having different men and women around their kids all the time. Oh, let me see what the comment might be. Another person said exactly, and some don't know what is that what's going on in their child's life, let alone. And that's a good point. Shout out to this woman right here. Let me hit that one up. Shout out to this woman, because that's a very valid point. A lot of the people complaining right now, you got family members in your family that are targeting, that might have been working on that child ever since you allowed them to like be around that child or whatnot. It could be male or female, don't even matter. It's the point that you got people that are literally in your family that's working on kids right now. But yet you're worried about this dude and trying to criminalize him and try to make people have a negative perception of him because this is a black man doing it. But yet you're not worried about your family. You're not worried about that aunt that's in your family that always be kissing up on your son way too much and be hugging him way too long. You're not worried about that touchy-feely uncle that always be saying or insinuating certain types of stuff, quote unquote, jokingly. Like, oh, you really growing into a woman. Look at your shit. What? Like I said, people don't want to talk about that though. You don't want to talk about the aunts and uncles that's directly in your family that's doing all of this stuff though. You want to ignore that or act like it's not happening. But then when you see something like this on video, now you want to freak out. Now your spider senses is tingling, but it's not tingling when you got your best friend around your kids. Your spider senses ain't tingling when you got some random woman directly around your kids. Your spider senses ain't tingling when you got umpteen random boyfriends around your daughters. Like I said before, the stuff that people want to say online is crazy. This is why I can't take a lot of people serious, because the same thing that they talk about here, they don't actually practice that in real life. They're showing a whole different face online to posture up, but that's not them in real life. It's crazy. Another person said the fact people don't see a problem with this is crazy. Let's look at some of these comments here. Another person said, please explain what the problem is. Another person said, why should this be an issue? Ask your dad if you can't, that the only problem we have. Wait, what? I don't even know what that is. I'm not even sure if that's even English. Another person said, y'all projecting you, the one with the dirty, freaky mind. It's time to get off of this app, shaking my head. Another person said, super crazy and sad point. Another person said, it's not that deep. World War III, hypersonic nukes about to end life as we know it. Tighten up, right? Another person said, terminate him for what? They should promote him to home economics curriculum executive. He's teaching them hands-on skills. Another person said, wish I had teachers that looked at me growing up. Or is that supposed to mean like looked like me growing up? I'm not even sure what that one was even supposed to be right there. It's not even English. Another person said, let his students decide, right? See the comments here. Another person said, in response, would you be okay with your daughter? Here's the whataboutism. Would you be okay with your daughter doing this? Another person said, if I knew the teacher and established a teacher-parent report, so if his students respect him as a man, as a teacher, I don't see a problem with it. And notice this, this is a man, he gave a response. Notice how this person didn't try to come back and try to state that, oh no, man, you wrong. I don't see as a man how you actually this. Like I said, it's crazy how that works though. When somebody fully explains to you and gives you a response that you can digest, magically, where was all of that whataboutisms at? Like I said, now that person is in a corner and they don't got nowhere to move. So now they gotta shut up. They gotta stand down and shut up. Another one, optics are everything. This can be turned into a life lesson for him and the class, right? Another person said he should not be terminated. When I was a substitute teacher, I used to comb my kids' hair. There's nothing wrong with this at all. Another person said shouldn't have been posted. No, it should have been posted. In all realistness, it should have been posted. I'm happily thankful that he posted this because it allows a conversation to take place, and hopefully, if people pay attention to it, they will actually notice and see a lot of the double standards that are specifically happening in front of people's eyes. Right? So now I want to sit up there and hit y'all with a different video because we were actually talking about this, going through the comment sections for about a good hour and 40 minutes. I didn't expect for it to take that long. I thought I was going to be able to zoom through this quite a bit, but some of the comments I wanted to, I guess, expound upon and give a response instead of trying to type a lot of stuff out. So, hopefully you guys are enjoying it. That's all that matters. So now we're going to go to this next video, and I want y'all to hear what this woman has to state.
Real. And I think sometimes what I have a problem with is, and this has always been my issue, like I've been in America now since I was 14, I'm 30 now, and I can't vote. I'm a lawyer, I'm politically involved, all that, but I can't vote. And I'm always at the mercy of what Americans do with that election, right? And with the 2016 election, immigration was catastrophic. As an immigrant, I'm telling you what I felt like going through the immigration system. Like most of my friends from the Bahamas, most of the people that I knew that were international students are back where they came from. I barely, by the skin of my teeth, got a visa. So I'm like, when people fail, Americans sometimes forget that this is a country that advertises itself as a melting pot to the rest of the world. And it has a significant amount of people that live in this country with real lives that are affected that cannot have a say in the system. So very often,
100%.
people are not allowed to say shit. So you don't hear from them. They're at the mercy of the immigration system and all of this. So then like Americans who have the ability to like hold hands and make decisions based on their conscience and their morals and all of this different stuff and virtues. And I understand that, but they'll be like, they'll act like it doesn't matter or the wolf was scary. It's like, yo, the wolf was so real. The people it ate up, you don't know about, you don't hear about. You're not hearing about from the immigrants in those stories who live that. And I'm not saying that the Democrats are good on immigration. I want to be clear. They're all fucking bad on immigration. They're all bad on immigration. But in 15 years of being in this country, I've never been almost out of this country until Donald Trump was there. That's the first time I've been going to embassy all my life. I was getting denied.
So we all heard that, right? Also, I might have to replay that video again just to touch up on that. Let me see if I can actually highlight this because I was reading one of you guys' comments, right? And there was something very interesting that was stated. So I want y'all to actually read this. So I want to showcase this directly to you guys. This is how ridiculous that this has gotten, right? So this lady named D Breezy, right? And this is dealing with the black teacher. You can see the video there. She said, I'm watching this and didn't even realize that's my little sister in the background. She said that's her favorite teacher, but today they were all forced to write statements and he may get fired. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's 100. They force these kids to write statements. Like, I want to know what were the parents around when these kids had to write statements. That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. If statements had to be made and they had to write them about this teacher, I want to know who were the parents there. Was a guardian present if these kids had to make a statement? I view it as the same thing like with police. The moment in time that the police state that they need a statement from a child, the parents, a guardian needs to be there. A representative needs to be there so that there is no type of coercion going on by police. I've covered videos showcasing police coercion when it deals with children, trying to instill fear and all of this other, oh, well, if you don't tell us what happened, you may get arrested or this, that, and the kids are sitting up there hyperventilating, they crying and they're scared. And so at that moment in time, kids will sit up there and say anything. So I need to know, was a guardian, were guardians even present when these kids were writing statements? Because the school system literally are going after the kids, be like, yo, we need y'all to sit up there and write some statements. For what? For what? What would you need the students to write a statement for? And then the lady, I'm sorry, the brother, I think that's the brother. The person basically stated that is the person's little sister's favorite teacher. And now they got to write a statement about their own teacher. As if he did something bad. That's crazy. That's crazy. I ain't never seen nothing like this in my life. My bad. I'm sorry. Y'all couldn't even see that. Let me blow that up just a little bit. My bad. My apologies there. Y'all couldn't even see that. But yeah, this is the post. Let me just scroll that right back up so y'all can see it. That's crazy. None of these kids should have to sit up there and write a statement. Like, what they writing a statement? Or if they do, again, the parents need to be there. Like, y'all really going to try to get him fired over this? What? Out of all of the teachers that I've literally done stories on, where they've brought kids directly back to their homes during school, they got caught in cars with students, all of this other type of nonsense going on, y'all didn't force students to write any type of what is it? They didn't have to write any type of statements for that. But now for something that nothing's even happening, they got to sit up there and write statements. This is insane. This is 100%. I cannot believe this. I cannot believe this. Dear God, this man, he might just sit up there and really lose his job. Wow. Well, I guess when I do the solo video, I'll make sure to add that directly on a list of things there. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. But let me just, matter of fact, because we're still on, I went back to the topic. Let me just go back and read. Let me see. Gamer said, sorry for the typos. I'm on a roll listening. No problem. Yo, beloved, what is up? What is up? Good morning. Said, can't believe they fired him. Teachers have kids do all types of stuff, cleaning their classrooms and etc. Wow. MD said, the locks, braids, and twist thing on black males going into schools is a problem even for teachers. Oh, yeah. I remember that. Yeah. I remember a student that I went to school with in private school. He came in with cornrows. He had to get those. He either had to go home or he had to take him out because it was a private school. So yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. Tim said, wait, he was fired. I'm gonna type in his name and see what comes up. MD said these cats become the scapegoats for all of that. Yep. Tim said black can't even stay black and die without something being our fault. Yeah. Game said, I don't take any of these men who got anything negative to say in the comments because they'll judge this guy, but they will joke with their male sons about a female teacher is attractive. That's true. That's true. MD said, where's the teachers union? I have no clue, nor do I even know what state this is in. Tim said, all of the skits teachers do with students, but this is where they draw the line. Yep. Tippy said, I just got here. I saw the clip and I got to admit, it's kind of awkward. Why are they taking down his hair? Him being fired is a bit much because they don't do ish to those other teachers. So Tippy, he asked the students to basically help him out because there was some type of video or video shoot that was going to happen directly at the school and he was going to be in it. And he didn't have time to really sit up there and do it because he wanted to look professional for that video shoot. And there was pretty much 10 minutes left in class. You know, he pretty much asked if it was okay, whatnot, or whatever. And he also recorded everything that was going on as well. So nothing was hidden in the light or anything like that. Again, I'm a person that covers stories dealing with teachers all the time. And I'm stating just from the optics that I'm looking at, I don't see any type of issue with this. I don't see this dude doing anything nefarious. I don't see him doing anything negative. I don't see him trying to look at the students any type of provocative or wrong type of way. I don't see any type of insinuations from him being thrown or anything like that. I don't see no type of coercion of any type of kind in a negative manner that other people were stating in the IG comment sections. So I mean that's my stance on it. That's how I feel. For other people who might be parents or whatnot or whatever, they can feel completely different. I'm just looking at it from how it's presented, and also going by what the person up here basically stated about one of the girls there being that person's little sister, and them speaking positively about the teacher. Tim said, black men don't get warnings, it's straight punishment. Yeah, that's facts. That's 100% facts. That is a 100% facts. Let me see if I can find the teacher's name. What's the teacher's name? See if we can find that. Male teacher. All right. Who goes by the name of, I guess I might have to go by that, I guess, and try to type that in and see what I just so happen to get. Teacher sparks debate. Oh Lord. Let me see what this is. Because I just had to fly to TikTok real quick. Let me see this. Oh my God. Okay, I gotta showcase this. I can't even continue on to the next video. Look, give me a quick sec. Oh my God. And this is what I'm talking, and if for Christ's sakes, I'm like, it just had to be. I would expect this from, like, if it was a woman of another nationality, I would sit up there and expect this. I'm like, all right, I expect this from you, Becky or whatnot or whatever. Let me play y'all what this woman had to sit up there and state about this man. Let me just play this. I cannot fucking go to video. So here we go.
My students helping me take my hair out.
Now teachers are exploiting the kids. First it was parents, now it's teachers. They are getting on live doing things like this. People are sending them comments and gifts and cash apps. And the money they're not getting from their check, they're doing this instead. And let's be clear, he's not doing this to reward them. He's getting free labor. What happened to getting a free pizza or some ice cream or like some candy when you did a great job? When we see a lot of those teacher-student relationships in the news, this is the start of it. He's a young guy teaching, and they're young, but they're also at an age where they're experiencing hormones and emotions they can't control at this point. And even if he does not act on it, he's still adding fuel to the fire. My male teachers were cool, but they also had boundaries. Who thought he was going to get love behind this? But really, I'm looking at him like a weirdo because he does not know how to conduct himself around kids.
Bro, this is what I'm talking about. This is a black woman here vilifying this dude, sitting up here like, oh, he don't know how to conduct himself around. What are you talking about? What? Like, yo, I don't even care if I get it monetized. What the fuck are you even talking about? What the fuck are you even talking about? He don't know how to conduct him. What is he doing? Is he touching or rubbing on somebody? Is he sitting up there like, oh, let me start, licking my lips like LL Cool J at the girl? And then she's like, oh, the girls, they can't control themselves. They got all of these hormones and he's adding fuel to the fire. Even if it's not that type of way, he's still, what are you even talking? This is why I sit up there and state that a lot of people should not be on social media. This is why. This is why. Like, how dare you as a black woman get on here and try to make this dude look like a fucking predator? Like, how the fuck do you do that? How do you do that? Knowing what it is that black men have to sit up there and go through all day long. Even if a black man is minding his own business, walking through the street, anything can sit up there and happen. He'll get blamed just because it's about to turn dusk, just because it's turning night, just because somebody's car alarm went off, just because somebody got spooked in the street. People think, oh, were you trying to sit up there and touch up on that woman? What were you doing, bro? You looking a little bit suspicious. Like, what's going on? Like, am I crazy out here? Is it just me? Like, this is insanity. And you got women out here with platforms that are able to do shit like this and they don't get called out. This is why I sat up there and said that a lot of women's platforms are dangerous. Because she really tried to paint this dude as a predator. She like, where we see stories like this? In the news. Word. You're literally trying to paint this dude as a predator. For what purpose? And then you're like, oh, he's making, money directly off the backs of these kids. He's not doing it because he's a good teacher or a good person. He's sitting up here doing, getting free labor. So what these girls, so now these girls are slaves? So now they're slaves. That's what we're doing. We're taking this back to early America, and these black girls are slaves. Just sitting up here, oh, they're just doing, they're laboring real hard, doing work for free, not getting paid, not getting no recognition. What the fuck are we even doing right now? What are we doing right now? Man, you know what? Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just assuming. Maybe I'm just. This is ridiculous. And then you got another woman in the comments section talking about, I'm a teacher and I agree with this completely. Shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ. I need for a lot of women out here just to shut the fuck up. This is crazy. This is really crazy. Never in my life. Never, like I said, this is why we got so many issues directly out here. Because people say shit that they don't got no business saying. You don't have, there is no proof to anything that you're trying to insinuate. You or the woman in your comment section, or the woman that is in your comment section agreeing. There's another woman down in her comment section. She said, I see absolutely nothing wrong with this. Those girls saw them. She said the girls saw them raggedy braids and wanted to help their teacher out. It could possibly be viewed as slightly unprofessional, but that's about it. I can agree with that. If some people want to sit up and say it's unprofessional, okay, cool. But to try to insinuate that this dude is a predator, that he's grooming, that he's going after these girls, like that this is some type of, oh my God. At this point in time, just looking at some of the stuff online, I would love it if black dudes could just leave the teaching field and just do another job. Leave the teaching job. I would love, if I had the power and the money, I would just have black dudes just go to a trade school. Go to a trade school. Do something else. Because I hate to sit up there and get online and to see an innocent black man get blamed for something of which he is not even doing. That is so crazy. That is so crazy. And the funniest thing is this woman, the woman that you see directly in front of you, where she got like the little stank face or whatever going on. Well, on my screen, she got it. It's frozen and shit. But the little crazy face that she got, she would never sit up there and say this shit directly to him in his face. Basically trying to insinuate that he's a predator. She would never say this shit. but you feel free and whatnot to basically state this about this man online. That's crazy, son. That is so crazy. That is so crazy. Like the amount of anger that's crazy. Oh my God. Tippy said, well, this is nothing compared to the male Caucasian teachers and kindergarten teachers giving close hugs to students. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Tim said there are teachers in fascist rallies that aren't at risk of losing their job or anything. And that's true. You got a lot of teachers that were in protest. They were part of January 6th, and none of those teachers lost their jobs, and they're teaching black kids. I just want people to understand and note that they're teaching black kids at the end of the day, but you're not going to see people get online and start saying a whole bunch of like crazy shit like this woman is doing, talking negatively about a black man that she don't even know, never even met, never even had a conversation. I promise you, she more than likely never even tried to reach out to even have a online conversation just to conversate about the optics. This is so crazy. And I want people to understand that you're watching this woman make money or get whatever type of clicks and views off of spinning this story into a negative one off of a black man, willing to just throw away and sacrifice that black man in order to state some type of viewpoint. Or this is so crazy, dog. This is just, I almost don't even want to go to the other videos that may be talking about this, because I swear I have a fear that it's going to get worse. You just got to be shitting me. Let me just say something. Let me just copy this real quick. Let me see what we got in his comment section. So a woman, and this is another woman. She said, social worker here. You are following all of the appropriate boundaries. You are in the open, not alone with the student, and the students are willing participants. The energy is great. And I want people to know this is a social worker. These are the people that come into people's homes taking kids. If this female social worker is sitting up here stating that this black man is doing nothing wrong, I'm just trying to figure out what credibility does everybody else have? This is a social worker. She works with kids. She works with homes. She'd have probably seen the worst of the worst when it deals with kids and the circumstances that those kids have to come through. And she is literally stating that he has boundaries. He's following all of them. Let me see this. Let me just look at some of these comments. You got another person that's down there. She's also a social worker. She said, a social worker here, and I agree. I love his content, boundaries, and the way that he is with his students. So you got two women here that are social workers. And they are completely fine and dandy. But the funniest thing is you got another woman, a woman down there that's trying to get the opinion of another social worker, I guess, to try to get a whole nother opinion that's not positive. This is crazy. This is so crazy. Somebody said, I was thinking the same thing. No inappropriate body language or touching. I'd have no issue if this was my daughter doing it. Another person added, I was going to add that too. His hands are visible the entire time, and they are clearly having a good time. So another person, and this is just a random name. Let me see. Yeah, this is just a random person. They stated that they are a social worker, and they were like, you're violating your code of ethics. This isn't your scope of practice. Another person, another random, and these are all people that are listed as TikTok, right? And it's the same person spamming stuff, right? They said you should lose your license. Bloop. Again, came back, said he's not going to pick you. He likes little girls. Keep an eye on your daughter. Another person said, with all due respect, I think you really need to read the code of ethics if you are a social worker regarding 1.06b conflict of interest. And that was, mind you, that was a dude who wrote that. That was a guy who wrote that. Like I said, some of these comments that I'm sitting up there looking at is crazy. Let me see. Another person, some random woman. Let me look at her picture real quick. Looking real Caucasian. Said, LOL, you must not be a good social worker then, along with 25 likes. Another person said, find another job. Another person said, children are not safe with you. Switch professions. Another person said, all CPS and social workers are horrid people anyways. Anytime I hear somebody use the term horrid, I automatically know that they are not from the United States. Somebody said, I'm not even sure what she's even trying to state here. She was like, a probation officer here. I know many with improper relationships with student charges. So yeah, I don't even know what the fuck you're even trying to insinuate. I need a lot of adults out here to speak English, and I need them to clarify exactly what it is that they are trying to state about another person. And again, this is a woman who's stating that she is a probation officer. Like, this is crazy. Like, what am I even looking at? Somebody else said, another woman said, did you ask them for their opinion or on it, or are you pretending they wouldn't call both situations inappropriate to make yourself feel better? Another person said, youth residential counselor here. Males are not allowed to work on the girls' unit for a reason. Protect yourself and don't risk it. I'm taking it more than likely that's a woman that wrote that. Another person said, well, you can clearly see he's not doing anything wrong. So what's the issue? Maybe it's you. Another person responded to him saying, maybe it's you if you can't see what's wrong. Another person said, woman said they are minors and he never asked the parents if it is okay to do this. Their faces should at least be covered, shaking my head. Another person said, the other person that stated that she was a social worker, she stated that he stated in the video that the parents are aware of his videos and don't have a problem with it. And I'm reading the comments directly from underneath his video on his TikTok. Another person said he still should have covered their faces. Using them for online discourse is not appropriate. He could interact with his students with fun games and snacks, not taking out a grown man's hair. Now, I want y'all to know, when a woman came back and let her know that, hey, within the videos or whatnot or whatever, the parents know about the videos. He informed the parents about the videos. Everybody's okay with it. The person still comes back, well, still, you don't have a point. You're trying to sit up there and stand on something that's real flimsy at this moment in time while you're trying to make this dude seem like a predator online. Like, this is so crazy. This is so crazy. This is so crazy. Wow. Let me see. What else we got here? Somebody said, another woman stated, it's appropriate. All the students seemed willing and enthused. Additionally, most of them had braids and are potentially braiders themselves. And that woman got about 10.2K likes. And somebody wrote and he responded. This dude Ricky wrote, it's like big brother and little sister behavior. he responded back. He was like, and I have 5 little sisters. Wait, let me just see this comment. I want to see if anybody wrote anything stupid. Of course, some woman came under here. They were like, they are not your sisters, sir. They are students. You're trying to really insinuate some shit. Let me see. Then another woman wrote up. She was like, then get your sisters to take your hair out. These are your students, and there are so many ways to bond with them that don't involve free labor. So what are we talking about here? Are we going off of the extent that you're trying to say that he's a predator, or are you trying to say that these little girls are slaves? I'm just trying to figure out. I'm really trying to figure out what is taking place at this moment in time. Like, this is crazy. Like, what is really let me see if I can highlight this brother's page for y'all. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm about to swap this directly over to, let me see. Oh, I would actually have to pull this out and make this like that. So let me just do that again. I might have to just unhook. Like, this is crazy. Like, the shit that I'm really reading right now is insane. Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, why is it so easy? And again, I'm going to reiterate, I'm not saying that this is all black women. I just want to reiterate that because I know some people are quite crazy out there and can't really hear what it is that I'm saying. I'm not saying that this is all black women, but I'm going to generalize this. Why is it so easy for black women out here to get online and to vilify a black man of which that they don't know? I just need that question answered for me. Right? Because this is where we at this moment. Trying to make this zoom this in as big as possible so y'all can see it, right? So we're clearly all able to see the image here, right? These are the comments. Let me roll back up directly for you guys. So let me try to minimize my side of that screen real quick so I can put this over. So again, I want y'all to understand. So just in case y'all want to, go through and y'all want to leave comments, this is the brother's page, right? This is his TikTok page. Just in case you got TikTok, I'm going to mark the brother's what's the name as well. You got his page directly right here, right? And then you got the comments that people are listening. So these are the comments that I was reading from. I wasn't reading these from anywhere else. These are directly under his page. And again, you have this woman here, the Purposeful Midwife, which is the one I read earlier, where she said that she is a social worker and he is being appropriate with the students. Again, this is a social worker. She's clarifying it. But then when you start going through comments, you start seeing people get real stupid and try to say that her and another social worker are bad at their job. They need to find, another job, and they don't know what they're talking about, and kids aren't safe with them and all this other type of stuff. Again, completely crazy how it is that people can make, such statements, online. Another woman wrote, she was like, they act like you had one doing your hair, somebody massaging you, and the two rubbing each foot. Yeah, it's crazy. You have a lot of people trying to sexualize this and make it seem like something that it is not. Like, it's crazy. It is so crazy. Wait, what? 10 minutes. Right. Oh, she got 46 comments directly under this one. Now, here we go with this one. Somebody said most of us have. Now, imagine if one of these little girls has a little crush like that. Somebody responded, okay, them having a little crush still doesn't make this interaction inappropriate. He is not aware, as well as is he just not supposed to care for them because they possibly think that he's attractive. Somebody said, I had a crush on my teacher regardless if they let me play in his hair or not. So what's your point? Another person said, what's your point? He doesn't know one of them has a crush on him and it's not even his fault. Yeah, it's like, yo, like I said before, people are just trying to make theories and whatnot. Like, it's crazy. Then person said, you cannot speak for these kids and what they think. Keyword kids. Lines are blurred easily for them, and school is no place for even the potential of those lines being blurred with an adult. Person responded, it's hair. Another same person responded, doesn't matter. As grown men, we have to be mindful of interactions with young women. Simple. Which one are we talking about? Are we talking about women or kids? Because at one moment you're talking about you can't speak for kids, and then in the next moment you're in a sense trying to speak directly for them in a type of way. But then you wanted to label them as women. So are we putting them in a child's place or are we upgrading them to a woman's? Like, which one is it? Because I keep telling people words are important. Like, this is crazy. Then you got people talking about the cultural thing and everything like that, positive comments. This person came back and said, I get the cultural aspect, but that's how we see it. We cannot speak or think for them, so we don't know how they look at it. So the right option is to avoid things with even potential of confusing kids. What? Like, what are we even doing here? Came back and said, if it wasn't confusing, then we wouldn't be having this conversation. And that's with both of us clearly being older than those kids, but they can fully understand, make it make sense. What the fuck are you talking? Like, yo, what? Like I said before, it's annoying to basically see people online, even underneath the brother's TikTok, underneath his video or videos, people in a sense trying to insinuate or vilify this dude as some type of predator. Like I said before, do people not understand how dangerous this is? How something like that, even if nobody has any proof of it, how that can follow a man? But, and this is why I said up there, stated before, if anybody were to call a woman a predator, that's not going to follow her. Don't nobody care. Ain't nobody going to be keep consistently trying to check her and all this other type of stuff. Even if it was proven to be false, people ain't going to be sitting up there. Oh yeah, I heard that you were that predator. I don't care if it was proven false. I know what you. Nobody's going to do that. If you're a man, and even with all of the proof, including the court system saying that, yo, this man is innocent, he never did anything of what people are trying to insinuate, people out here in the public will still look at that dude as he is guilty. But like I said before, a lot of women don't understand that. That's how, and because of the easiness of that, that's why this is so dangerous. This is why this is so dangerous. Like, this is, oh my God. This is crazy. This is so crazy. Like, you're really trying to make this into a whole different, what? I got it. That dude making me angry. I gotta just keep, I gotta focus on some other comments. Another person said it's like a big brother, little sister. That was the one I was reading directly off to y'all. Yeah, that was the woman up there that said they're not your sister, sir, they're students. And then one of them talking about the free labor right here, acting like the young black girls are slaves, which is crazy to me. So magically we're now going to make it seem as though that this black man has these young black girls under his thumb and he's oppressing them. Crazy shit. Crazy shit. Another person. Those aren't your little sisters though. They're your students. And if you really cared about them, you wouldn't post them online to stir the pot on the internet and risk your job. The parents already know about what's taking place. So again, it's not even really stirring the pot. Just to be real, it's not. Another person. Let me see, who is this? Another woman. But they're not your siblings or blood. They're your students. You're not related to them, bro. You serious? Like, people are acting like this dude is really trying to date his students. I'm not even sure what this is even having to do with the conversation. Somebody said exactly. This comment section is scary. I support him for supporting his students, but the art of braiding won't be lost if he keeps a physical boundary. Let them braid each other's hair. What? I'm just trying to. If anybody in the comment section, let me know if I'm crazy. Let me know if I'm crazy, because this is like the scary thing for me is seeing how easy it is for people to just try to insinuate stuff. Like, this is just what? Wait. Except he's in a position of power. Who's participating because they want to please him or be liked? Why risk it? That's crazy. Dismantling the "this is not abuse" line comments from when I was in middle school, shaking my head. The amount of times I've had to say this, but only because it be at the most wild and inappropriate times. One of my girls was using her Chromebook camera to put in lashes while I was teaching. Oh, they're just talking about something completely different. It is intimate, but it is familiar way, which is normal for the culture. Oh, 183 comments. I can only imagine. And that's the problem. There really isn't anything wrong with this. It's a problem for a stranger to actually care for a child as if they're theirs. You should want teachers like this instead of those just want to be there for the money. Woman came back. Who was this? She said, how was he caring about the children in this video? He just explained that he has poor time management skills. They may have wanted to do that, but that doesn't make this appropriate. Anyone thinking that this is inappropriate needs help. If you listen, they have been working really hard, so he gave them a break. He connects with the students as they are people, as most people won't. He had other things to do, so he couldn't take down his own hair. How was that bad time management? He had time to take it out, but couldn't because of the event. Who would do his hair that late at night? Another person said, oh man, the sad thing about this is lack of boundaries and power dynamic, and he is 100% taking advantage of both, but acting like he isn't crossing the line. He has poor time management. Simple. He doesn't need little girls to help him do with anything. He needs to organize his, like, the power dynamic. This is sounding like some feminist type of dear God. Dear God. Dear God. Dear God. Somebody said, what's intimate about detangling the hair? Somebody said it's a close bond moment where the kids can feed into someone that consistently feeds into them. It's an expression of safety and love. Somebody said, much respect to you, and explained nothing. Somebody said, just because you understand nothing doesn't mean there was no explanation. Pick up a dictionary, you can comprehend. Love helping. I have bearded dragon also. I don't even know what that bearded dragon. Maybe that's something that has to do with the video. Somebody said, do y'all see that there's a lead stylist too? Another person said, I love it. Everybody just has rat tail combs on deck. Yeah, a lot of girls have that. I remember being back in school, damn near every girl had a rat tail comb. Another person said the bearded dragon coming out of nowhere. Oh, they're talking about the actual animal. Okay, I got you. Somebody said, nah, this is wild. This culture, others won't understand. Another person said, 4 of my students took down my knotless braids in 2 hours. I rotated them out 2 by 2 every 30 minutes. It was definitely a bonding experience for us all. So this is a woman. That's a teacher stating that she had her female students or her students doing this. I want to see these comments. Person said, I love this. I bet you those children are going to always remember you and even tell their grandkids about you. Another person said, this is ridiculous. Another person said, you guys make things weird any chance you get. Dude said, the world does. You want to talk, you want to walk around with blinders on so you can say stuff like that. Then I feel sorry for your kids. What? Apparently didn't watch the whole video and comprehend what he was actually saying. Another person said, I'm 18 and not a teen mom. Thank goodness. You should start seeing the good in the world. You're sad and so miserable. Person came back. I encourage you to be cautiously optimistic about the world. Don't ever totally let your guard down. You can still enjoy the beauty while staying safe. What in the world are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? Another person said it is inappropriate and unsanitary to have your students taking down your braids during school hours. I don't care how you delude yourself into thinking that it's okay. So you literally got clowns in the comment section attacking a woman that said that she had her students taking down her. This is so crazy. But notice how they're not trying to frame it now. Like I told you guys before, and y'all seeing this live. Notice how these people are not trying to frame it as the female teacher. She has ulterior motives. She's trying to open the floodgates and coerce the students and groom them into thinking that things are okay so she can start a Notice how none of them are stating that. They're just like, hey, it's inappropriate. It's unsanitary. There are no type of insinuations trying to damn this teacher, trying to brand them as something negative. Like I told you guys earlier, when we were going through the IG comments, we're now on TikTok going through the TikTok comments underneath this brother's profile. This is so insane. It's like a lot of times I feel like the internet is not a real place. This is crazy. Good Lord. I work in a school, and at the end of the year, a lot goes on and nothing goes on. When nothing is going on, it's okay for moments like this to happen. This is so crazy. So because he said best friends, now you're trying to look at that as a whole thing. Let me see the comments into this. Woman said the comment alone is all I need to hear. Another person said thank you. Another person said, hey, this is too far. This is performative. The art of braiding wouldn't be lost if you're repeating the exact same shit. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. If Gen 1600s went to high school and middle school in this generation, y'all would not last. This is crazy. I was like, yeah, this seems all right. But then I was like, what if I saw my kid doing that and I changed my mind because ain't no way. Brother said, bro, you are the GOAT. I have 4 daughters. I love this. Let me see this, because this is the father that said he got 4 daughters. And he's basically saying that he is, all right. He said, appreciate you, brother. Another person said, why you don't want kids? What? Another person replying to the content creator said, you have to have boundaries. Think about it. You need hair taken down because you didn't have the time. You got children out of class to do your hair. Are people fucking stupid? They're not. Dear God. You gotta be kidding me. Lord. So this person said, who is this, male or female? This is a guy. He said, Pops was with me every day, teaching respect, boundaries, and what protection looks like. You're okay with a grown man allowing girls in his personal space? Shaking my head. You're a creep just like them. Wait, what? Wait, let me make sure if I'm reading this correctly. You're okay with a grown man allowing girls in his personal space, shaking my head. You're a creep, just like him. Like, I had to make sure that I was reading that right. Because again, you're trying to assume something. You're really trying to assume something about, like I said before, hey, yo, if we got any black guys out here that want to be teachers, and you happen to formulate some type of bond with like your students, this is what you're going to have to go through. If anybody happens to catch a whiff or see a video of whatever it is, people are going to say that, oh, you're too close. Why are you guys, smiling like that? Why are you guys so buddy? And it's going to be a whole thing. Let people of other races be those teachers. Because if you as a black man decide to be a teacher and you decide that you want to formulate a bond with the kids, this is how people in the community are going to treat you. This is how they're going to try to damn you. This is how they're going to try to brand you. But like I said, these same people don't have no energy when there's people of different colors directly out here doing horrendous things to students. They don't got nothing to say. Nowhere to be found. All of the energy that you see in these comment sections, they never give this stuff to stories of the preferred nationality of the main demographic of the United States going directly after these students. They never had that energy. And it's crazy. It is so crazy. Let me see. Said, I wish my daughter would be at school playing anybody's head. If you're just talking about specifically teachers, okay. But if you're talking about students, they're doing that. Another teacher woman said, nothing weird. Weird is my pre-K students roller setting my hair with corn in our housekeeping center instead of plastic curly irons. I get what she's talking about too. That is crazy. And then and it's crazy. Look at this. Look at this. So you got a true American, right? You got this true American sitting up here stating this. Are you a Drake fan? Again, trying to make insinuations. See how that works? This is a true American coming out of black man. That's crazy. Then somebody else said, gotta be. Like, you have to be kidding me. That's crazy. You the dirtiest looking person directly up in this comment section, and you want to sit up here. That is so crazy. That's crazy. And notice how you don't have all of these people that want to be, all of the black people that's there underneath the comment section that want to try to check this dude and all this. Notice how they don't got no smoke for somebody else of a different nationality trying to insinuate something about a black man. Notice how ain't nobody trying to defend that. You got a few people, but underneath most of these threads, you got like 20 comments, 50 comments, 100 comments coming directly at this dude. But when you got a true American under here trying to make an insinuation about a black man, negative insinuation about a black man, oh, ain't no smoke though. Ain't no checks and balances. Like I said, whenever black people decide to go online and do stuff like this is what you open up the door for. This is what you allow everybody else to sit up there and do. This is what happens when you don't want to sit up there and protect your own. This is what that looks like. And like I said, y'all seeing this in real time. You don't see a lot of people directly underneath this comment section. You got a few people directly trying to defend him. This one right here, are you a dirty looking man? Yes, you are. The other people are just like, what? You're crazy. They're not even really saying that. So let me roll that back. You got one person in this comment section defending that dude, defending the black male teacher. But then you had about, like I said, I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know. I don't know. Don't know. I didn't even look at some of y'all comments. My bad. Let me see. Black cell misandry, anti-black hatred is an obsession for many. That's true. Dreamer said IQ test should be given to use social media. Yeah. Tippy said, well, if the parents know him and he communicates with the parents on a daily about their kids, then what's the problem? That's facts. The Jomo said, being a black man, this is no surprise. Our everyday existence is challenged by hateful people regardless of race, right? Tim said they should appreciate a teacher being clean enough for kids to do his hair. A lot of teachers be nasty. That's true as well. Tippy said, so why would they keep the same energy if he got a haircut by a boy in class? They wouldn't. No, nobody would sit up there and say that. People would be first of all, a lot of the dudes that are speaking against this black male teacher, a lot of them would be like, yo, man, that's a good look. You a black man sitting up there empowering these young, black boys to, get a trade and they would be saying, they would speak whole different tunes. But, like I said, people want to be selective. The Jumbo said, Dr. T. Hanson Johnson talks about the anti-black male narrative, right? Timothy said, wait, people mentioning this is slave work, but silent on the changing the acts and events of slavery in history books. Yep. The Jumbo said, no, you ain't crazy. This is the reality of being a black man. Tippy said it was most likely a one-time thing and the parents know him, but yeah, he should have blocked their faces out because they're minors. For them calling him a Geppetto is reaching. All right. The Jumbo said all this would do is make productive black men withdraw and keep to themselves. Then everyone would be saying black men ain't involved. Yeah. They already say that black men aren't involved. Matter of fact, I actually got a video to, in a sense, highlight that exact same thing that you stated. I'll have to actually get that real quick, right? You also said, excuse me, the vilification of black men is akin to a sport. Yep. Tippy said, well, hold on for the fathers in the chat who have daughters. Would this bother y'all? Just asking. Miss E stated, there was a black male coach who said he disagreed with what this teacher had done and he has a daughter. Just do your job, handle your business before work, and build and maintain boundaries. Again, I get what you're saying, but a lot of the dudes in the comment section, like I stated before, that's that black male coach who got a teacher. That's his prerogative. If he don't want his daughter to, that's his prerogative. He the parent. No problem with that. I ain't even about to sit up there and argue about that. Again, you got a lot of people who are black on both Twitter, on IG, on TikTok that are negatively speaking and giving all of these what if narratives, trying to say that this dude has nefarious nature directly about him and he's trying to groom these kids. It's crazy. Nobody has proof. You literally have people in there that are women that were like, yo, I work, with kids and whatnot or whatever, and he's doing everything correct. He has boundaries set. You literally have women that are social workers in the comment sections that said this. And then you have people that weren't even professionals going directly in that same comment section, adding those social workers and telling them like, oh, you need to find another job. If you think that this is okay, then you don't need to be around kids and all. I'm like, what are we doing here? Like, we got people who are not even professionals judging the professionals. What is this, sports? So what are we now, sports analysts? People who never played the game? And now you want to sit up there and take it upon yourself to sit up there and judge somebody who actually did the work, who actually does the labor, and you want to say that they're incorrect or unfit for the job? What are we doing? Like, it's crazy. It is crazy out here in these comment streets on TikTok. Let me tell you. The gentleman said in the UK many years ago, I inquired for a teaching job at a fair, and the Indian female exhibitor told me there was an underrepresentation of black male teachers. Yeah, there is. And it's been like that for some decades, but that's mostly because it's controlled by women. The teaching industry is controlled primarily by women. Matter of fact, let me see if I can get a quick stat real quick. Let me see. What are the percentages of female teachers in the U.S. It said there are over 3,842,796 teachers employed in the United States. 74.3% of all teachers are women, while 25.7% are men. The average teaching age is 42 years of age. Next question they had is teaching still a female-dominated job? They said in Southern right to work states, the percentage of male teachers is the lowest, right? So in the South, the percentage for male teachers is at 18% of the K through 12 workforce in Virginia, Mississippi, and Louisiana. And it's imprecise but useful stat. About 3/4 of K through 12 public school teachers are women across the United States. It's crazy. They said, who makes the most male and female teachers? The author of the brief published Monday, just ahead of Equal Pay Day, highlights a recent study that conducts using data from national surveys of teacher and principals. When considering all sources of student-based income, the research found that male teachers make $4,000 more than women annually. But yeah, like I said before, this is primarily 70. I'm just going to round it to 75%. 75% of the teachers in the United States are women. So it is pretty much, it realistically is a female-dominated job. And those are the main people that are able to control, realistically, if a male teacher actually gets hired. They can literally get together and be like, no, we don't want him here, and we don't need him, We got Susan, or I know somebody, a female teacher that can sit up there and take his place. That's way. It's like I said, it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff, and there also comes a lot of dangers with having some of these women also being teachers as well, because I've looked at some of these classrooms. And you will sit up there and see, certain types of, how do I sit up there and put this? You got certain types of images and things that they will try to indoctrinate and teach kids at a very young age and coerce them in order to believe. But nobody questions that. You also got a lot of these female teachers teaching your kids about certain types of intercourse, which is crazy. But nobody wants to sit up and have a problem or an issue directly with that. But what this black male teacher is sitting up here doing is so inappropriate that he just got to be fired. They got to get him directly out of here. He needs to sit up there and lose his job. He's automatically come on. The Jumbo said, but if this teacher was Caucasian, I predict he would be praised and vilified. Oh yeah, always. And then, like I said, it's just crazy. Tim said, as a father, no, I wouldn't care about this. I would be asking about a cut of that TikTok money than being inappropriate. Tippy said, well, grown black men don't get your hair done by minor girls. A grown woman, yes. A hair by a minor boy, sure. It's a big brother to little brother bond. You also said, I think the whole school system needs a change. How about women teaching girls, men teaching boys, problem solve with Ring cameras in the classrooms for the parents to check in at any time? I said, how about this? Just let all women just sit up there and teach the kids. Let men go out there and do the other jobs, go do the physical labor and all the other jobs that women don't want to do, and allow women to just 100% take over the teaching job. That's where I'm at. Because I would have rather, in a sense, have zero implications of a guy even looking at a female teacher or whatnot or whatever, because it's getting that crazy. Like I said, I showcased some of the comments to y'all for 2 different platforms of what people were wanting to state about this teacher. And then on top of that, nobody knows if this dude is a father. I don't know. I haven't done enough research. I don't know if this man is a father. I don't know if he's married. I don't know if he may be a guardian of somebody's kids, or whatnot or whatever. Like I said, there could be a multitude of things, going on. And from his perception, he's looking at this as like, yo, to me, like this is family, right? Because he's with them. And people got to understand this. Teachers are around. If you actually sum it up, a lot of kids spend more times with their teacher being in school than they do with their own parents. Your child is literally at school with a whole nother adult for like 8+ hours, if not more. Like if your kid may have some extracurricular activities such as like band, dance, or football or whatever it is. Your kids are literally with other adults. Other adults are literally raising your kids for about close to 10 hours out of the day. Because I noticed, because I used to do track, right? So I was with my teachers in school for 8 hours. And then after school, we were there we got out at 3, let me see, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got out of track practice it was about maybe 3 hours or something like that, 2 or 3 hours. So roughly 10 hours, 10 hours a day, you're spending with whole other adults that are teaching you, that are in a sense raising you. And then a little bit of time that you got left coming home, that's what you spend with your parents, if even that. But like I said, people don't want to have that conversation though. People do not want to have that conversation at all. At all. But let me, because now because of going, also shout out to a lot of you guys here, because due to some of your comments, that forced me to actually look up some other things, and I stumbled upon some other stuff which made this conversation a little bit longer, because I really wasn't trying to stay on this for about like close to 3 hours. I really wasn't. But again, I, as a black man, am doing my best to stand up and defend another black man who is wrongfully getting accused, because nobody has any type of proof of anything. So, like I said before, spending my time, regardless on if people want to hear it or not, doing my best to defend another black man that is doing something positive in the community by being here, being a teacher, wanting to, help other parents, in a sense, raise their kids, making sure that they're going to be fully grown, stable adults for the future, so that they get into the world and, be able to do the stuff that they need to do. Tippy said, well, if fathers are uncomfortable with it, no problem. I understand he doesn't want his daughters taking down a grown man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I said, if you're a parent and you got a problem with it, no problem. No problem. That's cool. I'm not even going to debate you, because again, at the end of the day, that is your child. And you have every right to sit up there and feel either as comfortable or as uncomfortable, as you may feel. Right. So this is going to be a solo video that's going to be way shorter, that I'm going to have a little bit later on. It's not going to be 2 hours or 3 hours long. This is just because it's a live stream, and I'm reading comments from both you guys, responding to that, and I'm responding to the comments on, the different social media platforms. But let's go over this video. I'm going to show you 2 videos of this woman here, and I'm going to let you, in a sense, hear what she has to say, and then we're going to have a topic of conversation, right?
The wolf was fucking real. And I think sometimes what I have a problem with is, and this has always been my issue, like I've been in America now since I was 14, I'm 30 now, and I can't vote. I'm a lawyer, I'm politically involved, all that, but I can't vote. And I'm always have the mercy of what Americans do with that election, right? And with the 2016 election, immigration was catastrophic. As an immigrant, I'm telling you what I felt like going through the immigration system. Like, most of my friends from the Bahamas, most of the people that I knew that were international students are back where they came from. I barely, by the skin of my teeth, got a visa. So I'm like, when people fail, Americans sometimes forget that this is a country that advertises itself as a melting pot to the rest of the world. And it has a significant amount of people that live in this country with real lives that are affected, that cannot have a say in the system. So very often,
100%.
people are not allowed to say shit, so you don't hear from them. They're at the mercy of the immigration system and all of this. So then, like, Americans who have the ability to like hold hands and make decisions based on their conscience and their morals and all of this different stuff and virtues, and I understand that, but they'll be like, they'll act like it doesn't matter, or the wolf was scary. It's like, yo, the wolf was so real. The people it ate up, you don't know about, you don't hear about. You're not hearing about from the immigrants and those stories who live that. And I'm not saying that the Democrats are good on immigration. I want to be clear. They're all fucking bad on immigration. They're all bad on immigration. But in 15 years of being in this country, I've never been almost out of this country until Donald Trump was there. That's the first time I've been going to embassy all my life. I was getting denied.
All right, so we heard that one. Now, so we heard how she stated that, she's an immigrant, she's not able to do this, that, and the third, and they're basically at the beck and call, and they were afraid of Donald Trump and all of these things, right? So now you're going to hear her make a response to somebody else, because obviously she says something that triggered somebody, and somebody gave a certain type of response. So we're going to hear what she has to say.
I'm getting a whole lot of go back to your country, go back to your country. That don't hurt my feelings. I might as well tell you. I might as well tell you. No. 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 I ain't gonna go. What you could do? What you could do? Not fucking nothing. Nothing. My rent is paid. My apartment is nice. I am booked. I am busy. Like, it actually doesn't matter to me if you feel like I belong. Like, I don't care. I don't care. Like, all the ADOS, FBA, who you think this only your country, only you black, whatever. Feel like that. What you could do? What you could do? What you could do? I hear. I hear. Be mad.
So this is why for Black Americans, like she said she don't care about FBA, she don't care adios, whatever type of organization is out there. She was like, skip all of y'all. She was like, I'm here, what y'all gonna do, yada yada yada. But you just heard her in a sense crying in the previous video, talking about, oh, she was so fearful of Donald Trump and she barely made it with, you know, the skin of her teeth and all this other type of stuff and yada 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 and whatnot, whatever. I'm like, this is why I be talking about how people be all big and bad and bold, but I'm like, you weren't big and bad and bold in your country. Like, you literally, you ran from wherever it is that you came from to come here. And you obviously said something in the video or whatnot that led somebody to giving a response of which you read off. And then you wanted to give your response like, oh, well, I don't care. You can't do nothing to me. You're right. Maybe, you know what? Maybe to an extent. Maybe we might not be able to. But there are other people out there that will sit up there and try to pack your ass up, your black ass, directly to whatever country that you sat up there and came from. Island country, I don't care. And you're not going to be sitting up there, you mad. Like I said, let this have been some white folks. She ain't going to be acting like this. She would know how to act. She would know exactly how to act. She would not be opening her mouth. She wouldn't be trying to have this little attitude and all of this. It wouldn't be none of that online. Because she know that they can pack her up real quick. I'm not even sure if ICE would even sit up there and work on her, but I promise you they would sit up there and try. Like I said, it's crazy. This is why, you know, when it deals with black people here, this is why it is imperative that, yeah, we sit up there, we have problems in between each other and all this other, but this is why, you know, black people need to start having, you know, more conversations. We got to put certain things directly to the side, because you got a lot of people that'll get here and they'll start being disrespectful. They'll start saying stuff that they don't got no business saying. And that's a problem. Because you know damn well if you being a black American, you're not about to roll up to somebody else's country, go up in somebody else's house, sit directly on a couch and prop your feet up on a table or directly on another chair, and you're going to start running your mouth like you king of the castle. But everybody else that comes from a whole nother land will come here and automatically start disrespecting black people here. It's crazy. It's 100% crazy. Like I said before, black people got to stop being so nice to everybody. This is exactly why. Because we will sit up there, we will accommodate, we will be, you know, nice, we will give the shirt directly off of our back. But the moment in time that those people start getting comfortable, you start seeing who they are. Like I said, didn't we sit up there and go through some hip-hop artists recently about last year or the year before prior, trying to sit up there and state that, oh, they're not black American, they're from here, here, and here, and they start waving their flags, talking about, oh, we in here and yada, yada, yada. It's crazy. It's so crazy. Like, everybody got all of this type of fighting mouth when it deals with black Americans here, but they don't never had no fight for the people that colonized their country and that's been disrupting their government since the beginning of the time. Don't got no smoke for them though, but you got all the smoke and want to start talking and being a mouthpiece for your owners, for the masters that you got. Like I said, I hate when people are runners, and like I said before, I love a lot of people directly out here, but certain people. I'm like, nah, you got that. You are by yourself. This is one of them. This is one of them. Like I said, and this is one thing I preached before, especially when it dealt with case in point Detroit. you know, when it deals with a lot of black cities around the United States, black people got to let everybody else know that you are a guest. Because a lot of us, we have been there for generations. We, you know, a lot of our families have been through, you know, racism, segregation, all of these things in a lot of the cities or the towns that we are in. And then you got brand new people coming there and they looking at you with the snake face. Like I said, y'all got to start telling these people they better respect you. Because if not, people are just going to continuously disrespect all the time because they feel that they got a right. It's crazy. It's crazy. DC said, tell me you still got the clips of Queen of Turds. Wait, who is that? I'm trying to figure out who that is. He said, be mad. She's a clown loving massa and wanting to smooch them cheeks like the Black Crown over the wrinkled queen taking her dirt nap last year. Oh, yeah. You talking about the Queen of England. Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. I probably still got that clip somewhere. I forgot where it is. Forgot what it is. Yo, Michael Williams, what is up? What is up? What is up? Tippy said, yes, they come out here and disrespect Black Americans, telling us that we're lazy, but ignore the fact that they're being colonized again by Asians. Yeah, that's facts. 100% facts. DC said, or that other lady crawling to kiss the hand of King Charles. Oh, yeah. That was crazy. Like I said before, how others be acting, I'm not sure if she was from the islands or from Africa. That was crazy. She literally got on her hands and she had her knees praising this dude and just getting on her knees, scrubbing that floor, going directly to King Charles' waist. I'm like, oh my God. That is in, I've never in my life, I might have seen that in movies where they were trying to, you know, portray Black people as that. Never in my life have I ever seen somebody that quote unquote appears to be Black, right? Doing that. That's crazy. That's crazy. I would never do anything. Please, I would, man. Oh my God. Oh my God. Tippy said, Asians in Africa have built malls where Africans can't shop. Yep. DC said, you will never see the FBA animals in like that. Yeah, that's true. I mean, whoa. Let me see. I mean, you got that. What's that one dude's name? Jason Whitlock. Yeah, that dude. He's like that. He's like that though. You got some of them directly out here. Jason Whitlock is one of those dudes. He is one of those dudes. Like after I had seen like some videos of this dude and how he be talking about the Black sports athletes and how one of Antonio Brown was trying to talk about the racism when it deals with sports and how certain news is broadcasted and certain other news ain't. Jason Whitlock was just not trying to even hear it. I'm like, I don't got time for this. I'm like, them whatever white girls you sitting up there like they got you. I'm like, you been gone, but they got you. I'm like, yo, you man, like I said, when the time comes and things start going down, I want all of those clowns that be around town to stay exactly where they at. Stay in that fixed position. Don't move. Be right there with your captors, with your masters, with your overseers. Be right there as the guard dog that you are. Do not sit up there and run back and try to come back to the Black community and all this. Nah, because then you a double agent. Can't even trust you. Can't even trust you. It's crazy out here. But now we got a video directly from Pink, and this is a young woman here that said, "Why I will never have a son." Oh my God, this is not going to be good. I can already hear it. So let's take a listen.
Controversial, but I obviously don't care. I always tell my potential partners, if I ever get pregnant with a son, I'm returning it to the sender because I don't want to raise one. I don't care. I might as well be one of those people that flip out and cry when they're having a girl at a gender reveal because I do not want to have a son. I don't want to raise one. I do not want to potentially raise someone's abuser. I don't want to potentially raise someone in this society. I just don't see a possibility of raising someone that doesn't contribute to a woman suffering in some way. And I just don't want to be a part of that. I don't think that it's worth having one.
What the hell are you even talking about? What? She said, I don't want to raise somebody who potentially is going to contribute to women's suffering. How do you even get that far? How do you theorize that a child, that a son that you may potentially have, has what are we even doing? What what are we even doing? You know how many young girls go out here and they sit up there and get rid of kids when they find out that they're pregnant? They sit up there and get rid of kids. But you're not talking about that you don't want to, potentially have a daughter that's going to do something like that, that's going to contribute to the loss of life. You don't want to talk about that though. You don't want to talk about that though. You don't want to mention or even speak directly on that, or how harmful that process is to the female body and how it can do irreparable damage, or how the fact that you got a lot of women directly out here deciding that they want to take Plan B like Skittles and candy, and knowing the fact that you're only supposed to take that, I think, once, maybe at the most twice during a year. But you got women taking Plan B monthly, jacking up their bodies. But you know what? You're right. Men are the problem. Men are the problem, even though she stated, well, you know what? She stated that her specific partner. She didn't even state that she even wanted to date a guy. Let me rewind that real quick. Let me go back and listen to that. Let me hold on.
This might be controversial, but I obviously don't care. I always tell my potential partners, if I ever get pregnant with a son, I'm returning it to the sender because I don't want to raise one. I don't care. I don't care.
Hold on. Let me also point this out. I want to reiterate to people, statistically speaking, they have stated that black men. What the fuck was that? They stated that black men are the main men in the United States that are in and around their children's lives more than any other race. But you have this woman right here saying that she is going to abandon her son. Look at that. She's going to abandon her son. She says she's going to return it to sender because she doesn't want to sit up there and raise a son. Look at that. So she's not fine with raising a son because of a potentiality, but she's okay with raising a daughter who may do the exact same thing that she's going to do, which is child abandonment, which is the same thing that a lot of people like to say that black men do on an everyday basis, 99.9% of the time. Crazy how that works. Wow. She would abandon a child because it's not a girl. Wow. Look at that. That sounds quite sexist. Don't you think? That sounds very sexist. Wow. But ain't nobody going to sit up there and have that conversation though. Nobody wants to sit up there and talk about that though. That's insane. That is,
might as well be one of those people that flip out and cry when they're having a girl at a gender reveal, because I do not want to have a son. I don't want to raise one. I do not want to potentially raise someone's abuser. I don't want to potentially raise someone in this society. I just don't see a possibility of raising someone that doesn't contribute to a woman suffering in some way. And I just don't want to be a part of that. I don't think that it's worth having one.
Woo! There is so much there. There is so much there. Dear God Almighty, there is so much there. I ain't never in my life heard of this one. Wow. That's deep. That's deep. But I want to state that this is what the feminist movement has done to some black women directly out here. This is that effect. Where you got women out here like, yeah, I'm not trying to have a male child. I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to do that. The male child is going to be oppressive. He's going to hold women directly down. He's going to be an abuser. He's going to be a criminal. He's going to be negative to the society, negative to women's life in general. I just don't want to be responsible or have a part in that. That's crazy that automatically the assumption is that a male child coming directly from her is going to be evil. Wow. Wow. And then she just got this look directly on her. I feel like this is the type to sit up there and be like, this would be like a divester. I really feel like it. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. But that's crazy. Whatever man decides that he wants to potentially even have a relationship with that woman, and you know all of this information, whatever happens, you brought this directly on yourself. She is a walking red flag for everything. Like, she literally told you that I will abandon this child and I will walk away from everything without a problem. Just imagine if a black dude said that. Do you understand like how it would be like a fire on earth if he did that? That's crazy. That is completely crazy. So I'm trying to get this one video of this one person here, and I ran through one of the videos, and let me see if I can actually get this real quick. Well, I actually have to click on it. So it's like it's two videos that are listed. Let me see if I can actually get these. Yeah, let me know your opinions directly on what that woman stated, because that's just crazy to me. Let me see, get that real quick. Try to get this other video directly. Excuse me, for you guys here. I think that's one. Go back, and we're going to get video number 2. Like I said, I got to showcase and list the things that I've again listened to you guys and talk about again. And there's no hate towards this content creator. Like I said, she is free to her opinions. But again, when you say dumb stuff, people need to be checked. Just saying. So we're going to look at 2 of the videos that this person posted, and let me see if I got both of them here. Yep. So let's just look at this first one here.
I don't understand why Simone Biles drove 45 plus minutes to go see this loser. I said what I said. I need a call.
So we heard that, right? It was a quick snippet. She said, as a black woman, she was like, I don't know why Simone Biles drove to go see that loser. She's referring to Simone Biles' husband. This dude, he does play football or whatnot. Whatever. Both of them are successful in their own rights, and they're together as a successful couple. And she decided that she wanted to get on here to talk negatively about a black woman's husband. And no, she herself, to my knowledge, is not even married. But she finds this to be funny, along with some of her cohorts that agreed directly with this divesting sisterhood, right? Like I said before, it don't matter what a black man does. He can be minding his own business, and you're still going to have somebody like this who is a divester deciding that they want to specifically speak negatively on a black man. Better yet, this is a quote-unquote sister that is speaking negatively on another sister's choice of guy. Crazy. But it gets a little bit deeper, right? And this is why I told you guys that stats matter, because a lot of people will say stuff that they don't got no business speaking on. So let's continue.
My issue with Cosmos Princess currently, it's like I don't know, okay? Like, I don't know who my target audience is, because like I get comments like these and I'm like, oh my gosh, ew. There's so many single black women who have multiple children by multiple black men, and I know y'all like to say like it's a black woman's fault, but if you're not in the household, if you're not being a father, it's actually your fault. And what the stats are saying actually is white men who court and date black women tend to marry them and treat them very well and take care of the kids and literally like actually want to be a part of the household. So like, no, I'm not gonna be here to like pretend that there are black men in the household taking care of black children. Stop.
So this is why I've done countless videos before, and I try to inform everybody here because I've had people throughout the platform try to tell me stuff about black men, and I'm one of those black men. And try to, in a sense, insinuate that black men don't take care of kids, they don't protect, they don't do this, they don't do that. And my son is not biologically mine, but I was there ever since he was young, and I'm the only one that he realistically knows. He knows me as his father, right? I am, his father for all intents and purposes. I sat up there and took him to school. I sat up there and made the formula. I fed him. I gave him baths. I changed diapers. I sat up there and walked him to his very first day of school. Been there through, birthdays and different things of that sort. And it's crazy to me to sit up there and look at the image of a black woman up here who clearly does not have any type of love or admiration for black men, wanting to state that one man is actually greater when it deals with taking care of the family. Let's get this one fact very, very true. White men marry white women at a very great rate. Black men marry black women at a very great rate. When you compare that to the interracial dating scene, interracial is very small in comparison to those two groups actually dating each other. But she's trying to make it seem like it's some prolific type of thing where, oh yeah, it's just happening in masses. Black women are just getting married left and right, but all of these white kings directly out there. No, they're not. Because with the amount of pandering that I see every single day, a lot of these black women who are divestors should be living their best lives. They should be married. They should be having a millionaire, living in $1 million mansion, taking trips directly on yachts, not having to lift a finger, not having to sit up there and work, having as many kids as they want to sit up there and have. But we all know that is not the case. And then she wanted to also sit up there and try to state that, oh, I'm not going to try to fake it as if black men are in the house taking care of black kids. Again, statistically speaking, this is from the CDC. This is how I know that some people just are intelligent. They lack the information. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to try to, go deeply in and say all of that other type of stuff. But this woman is hugely misinformed because the government, your white daddy that you love so much, your zaddy that you love so much, you want to be with, who sat up there and helped you and many others as a black woman separate from the black man by way of giving certain type of monies in order to keep and get the black man directly out of the house. The same exact government who sat up there and killed the black men in the Black Panther Party, separating again black men from black women, are the same ones who had an operative, a white woman, to pull those last fragments of the Black Panther Party, those black women that did survive, into the feminist movement so that feminist women could have a voice, are the exact same people that have married and dated those women from the feminist movement, sat up there and swindled you yet again to keep you doing this, while at the same time, those white women that got you into the feminist movement, they're all married, they got kids, they got a family, they got their white man at the end of the day, while you're sitting up here fighting online and sitting up here saying that the black man ain't shit, the black man is doing everything negative, the black man this, you want to list all of these crazy ass stats, but the CDC sat up there and stated that black men, more than any other nationality or race of men in the United States, are around their kids, in and around their kids' life more than anybody else. So who am I going to sit up there and believe? Am I going to sit up there and go out on a limb and believe a divester that doesn't give a shit about black men? Or am I going to sit up there and actually believe the government that has done everything but anything positive for black men? I'm actually going to side with the government on this because they don't got nothing to gain. They have zero to gain. They're not gaining any money from putting anything positive out there about black men because they can't. But she has everything to sit up there and gain by speaking negatively about black men and rising up her preference. Crazy. But like I said, and I'm going to reiterate this again, she is free to whatever preference that she wants to have. If she wants to enjoy fields of white men, that's completely cool. Go date interracially and to your heart's contempt and find that man that you feel is going to sit up there and love you as the hurt person that you are. But at the end of the day, don't sit up there and roll up here and decide to make a platform to try to condemn or negatively come at black men. It just don't make no sense. Like, you're literally just, in a sense, making content just so that you can start something. Because if everything that you were doing was so correct, if your preference was really at you the way that you say that they are, or how it is that you try to make it seem, then you wouldn't be focused on black men at all. You wouldn't even open your mouth. You wouldn't care anything of what black men are doing. But magically, in order to get those views, in order to get that attention, in order to show your allegiance to the quote unquote other black women out there, you got to do this. Like I said, in a lot of extents, a lot of people are willing to sell themselves short and to sell their souls for a little bit of fame and a little bit of money. And that's what I happen to see on social media every single day. Whenever it is that I happen to see a divester, or if I happen to see a black dude start a platform and he wants to, shit talk black women. Like I said, at the end of the day, if you're a black man or a black woman, go be with your preference. It don't make no sense to sit up there and talk about anybody in the black community, because you're all for a whole different community. All I'm sitting up there saying is, if at any moment in time that something happens, you got to understand that you decided to go out there and take that risk. So if you got, some brothers over there that might have went to like South America, whatever, and some things didn't, really go as they thought it should have went, it is what it is. If you got some black women out there that I've covered before, where they sat up there and decided to go after their preference and it didn't end up where they felt that it should have ended up, it is what it is. All I'm sitting up there saying is, like, yo, live your life, love the person who you want to be with. Just don't sit up there and start speaking real greasy about black men, black women, black kids in the black community. Just don't do it. Like I said, that's all I ask. Again, for this woman here, I wouldn't even have to sit up there and speak on this if she didn't say nothing about black men. If she didn't speak on Simone Biles, who is a highly decorated black woman, and decided to speak negatively about who it is that she wanted to be in love and get married to, I wouldn't have nothing to sit up there and say. If she didn't sit up there and decide that she wanted to bring up some crazy ass nonsensical stacks, which are not even factual, I wouldn't even have nothing to say. I wouldn't. But like I said, here we are. Lamiko said, what up, those? Seiji, yo, what is up, brother? Said, B1 Warriors. She is delusional and uninformed with self-hate issues. Tippy said, white guys leave, black guys leave. They're all assholes in every race, but I think black fathers are in the homes more. It's just that the media shows you different. Yeah, they do. Because case in point, this is the main thing that I tried to showcase to black women as well. I'm not sure how often you guys are on YouTube or wherever it is that you just so happen to watch television or whatnot. Anytime I happen to see a commercial and it's a black woman in there, I notice that the black woman, if she's not in an interracial relationship, then she is by herself, just by herself with nobody, or she is by herself raising kids. And I'm like, why is it that black women aren't specifically speaking on or about or bringing to light the fact of how it is that they are represented by the media? Because the only thing that I'm seeing is that a lot of women online are cheering about, oh, look at us. They're portraying us as, being in a relationship with these other kings directly out here, and they acknowledge and know and all this. I'm like, man, they are selling you a ticket. It is a wolf's ticket directly out there. And I'm like, if you believe in that, there's a bridge I want to sell you to. Like I said, people want to talk about pandering. They want to talk about a lot of black women are pick-me-shas and all this other type of stuff. But I'm like, you're doing your best to try to get picked up by these other guys that ain't black. You trying to talk so greasy and negative about black men. You're trying to post all of these videos. I done gone through Instagram profiles where it's like, oh yeah, white love and all this. I'm like, man, that's looking crazy. It's crazy. I'm like, I need Dr. Umar. When I run past online and I see a lot of this stuff going on. Like, it's crazy. It is complete nonsense. But like I said, it is what it is. It's, it's the internet, guys. It's the internet. Tippy said, I just saw an Instagram account called Dads and Strollers. It's a group of black men doing fun activities with their kids. That's dope. That is pretty dope. Tim said, wait, hold up. Black man, and this ain't a formal president on trail 1 of 4 that lowers society standards, or is that the black man's fault too? You also said there's a video of a Caucasian woman explaining to her 3 kids why they got different dads. Yeah, I think I might have ran past that video or whatnot. Like I said, it's a lot of crazy stuff out here, but it only sells and it only works if it's a black man that is, in the light for whatever negative purposes that people want to, use it on, right? But anyways, that's pretty much it. At this moment in time, again, I'm gonna, have some other videos directly up there for you guys. I also want to state that I will have a around 12 o'clock after I get off this live stream, I'm going to upload a very informative video, and it's about a computer program that, in a sense, is like Minority Report. If you don't know what Minority Report is, look up Tom Cruise, look up Minority Report, look up a quick trailer or whatnot of that older film so that you can get the gist of it. Because when I detail and read off the article about this technology, it is very, very scary how it is that the government and the police, are using this technology. And even the fact that they even have access to this technology is very worrying. But as I told you guys before, the main problem is that a lot of people don't care if it's targeting, black men and young black boys directly out here, or the black community in general. A lot of people aren't going to care, but they are going to care the moment in time that the technology is then used on them. And I keep trying to tell people that, hey, the moment in time that, anything happens and you see it happen to black people and you turn a blind eye, the same thing is going to happen to you, because after they're bored and they're done perfecting, because that's what a lot of people don't understand. After they are done perfecting that technology directly on, black people, it's over for everybody. You're not beating that. Once it is perfected on black people, it's over. It is completely over. You said 2 more videos. I think I see 1 video listed up there. I think I can put that one up there. Let me see, where is it? I might take a little bit to download though. Let me see if I can do that. If I can hopefully actually get that very, very quickly. Because for whatever reason, it takes quite a bit of time to get these videos. Okay, so this is another video that Pink had. Listen, let me see how 1, 2. Okay, so I can put this up there right here. All right, so this is another video right here where a woman is deciding to throw out father and his kid. So let's take a look at this.
Go. You finna go. Yeah. Ain't no more checks finna come in. Yeah, you most definitely gotta go. You can't help with no bills. I don't have no problem with leaving. That's right, little baby. Put them shoes in the bag. Put it in the bag. Put it in the bag. Tell them how I paid your bills though. For the bag. You paid my bills. But you ain't got no more checks coming in, so that means you can't help. Little baby, put them shoes in the bag. Get your jeans up. Crazy. I hope another man come in here and help you out. Oh, trust me. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Little baby, pick them shoes up. Yeah, I'll leave. Like I said, I ain't got no problem with leaving. Bye. Yeah. All you do is sit and be on that PC. Look, y'all. Go get my clothes. Where's my clothes? Stop playing. I'm gonna get the rest of your clothes. All you got is jeans and white.
So we heard that, right? So let me just try to roll that back real quick. Go get my clothes. All right, so I am not. I'm really feeling that computer is probably his too. Because I'm not there. There's rare instances, at least at this point in time, where you got like the city girls, and that girl, she sound like a city girl. She don't sound like a girl that is a gamer or anything like that. That is a nice computer with fans, with colored fans, right? And I'm looking at that. I'm like, yeah, and I'm looking at that gaming chair there. I'm like, yeah, coach, that ain't yours. That ain't yours. She sound like the type to go out with her friends to be drinking all the time, to be going with being out there with a whole bunch of dudes acting like real ratchet and whatnot. I am not going to believe for a second that gaming setup, that computer gaming setup is hers. I am not believing that for a second. She sounds too ratchet to me. Nope. And it's crazy, like, and I'm going to sit up and say this for a lot of dudes out there. Make sure to have your own place. if like I said, I'm sorry that this happened to the brother. Obviously it was a waste of time, right? He was there with his kid. I'm not sure where the mother of the kid is. You know, it's funny, you know, seeing videos like that, and you know that a lot of people are not going to ask that question. But obviously the brother is there with his kid, and both of them are getting put out, all because he might have lost his job or what have you. The brother could more than likely easily find another job or whatever it is that he's doing. But because things ain't coming in quick enough or whatever, she want to sit up there and throw a fit and want to throw him out. Just imagine if men did that, just for a split second, because a lot of women that sit up there and live with guys, they don't got their own spot. They don't got their own spot at all. They're sitting up there living with family and everything like that. Just imagine if a man decided to do that to, if men decided to do that to women. Like the moment in time a woman lost her job or she ain't making money, it's like, oh, you ain't making money, you gotta get out. You got to get out. I'm paying all the bills. I'm paying for the groceries. I'm paying for the gas. I'm paying for the electric. I'm paying for the water. You ain't doing nothing. You don't got no money coming in. You just, you know, sitting up here gossiping, looking at Zeus and Bravo. No, you got to get up out of here. Do you know the firestorm that would sit up there and happen online if a man ever did that to a woman? It would be a complete firestorm. Tippy said this reminds me of the video of the black man who did the same thing that she's doing, putting her and the kids out, both the sad. I think I did showcase that video too. I think yeah, he put, if I remember correctly, that was an older dude. She was younger and he was older, and he had put her stuff directly out on the porch or something like that. And it was like her and her 2 or 3 kids. That is, like I said, that is sad. But just like this woman stated, how the dude said was like, you know, I hope, he didn't even say nothing bad to her. He was like, you know what, I hope some other dude can come in here and pay your bills or whatever it is. And she was like, they will, or however it is that she wanted to basically state it with confidence, right? Basically saying that he is replaceable. When things like this happen to a woman can always bounce back. She always has a place that she can sit up there and go. A woman can always sit up there and get help from a friend, a coworker, a family member, the other men that are directly on her rosters, whatever. Men ain't that lucky. Men, if a man get thrown out of somebody else's house, it's like, yeah, you'll be lucky if a family member let you stay. There's going to be a time limit. There is going to be a time limit. If you're a woman or a woman with kids, ain't really no time limit like that, because people are like, you know, I understand and whatnot, whatever, you know, take as much time as you need to sit up there and, you know, get yourself together, yada yada yada, all this other type of stuff. So, you know, that's crazy. But again, for a lot of guys directly out there, make sure to have your own place so that this is not you getting directly thrown out of a woman's spot. Don't let that be you. Don't let that be you. Tippy said you may have done this before, kicked the woman out with the kids. Wait, you wrote that twice? He also said that's wrong for women or men to do that when kids are involved. I'll put it to you like this. Morally, it is wrong, but at the end of the day, you know, nobody should put themselves in a predicament where you are 100% dependent on another person like that. Because at any moment in time, that person has the leverage and the power to basically get rid of you. And that's what that woman basically did to that man. She got rid of him. She packed him on right on up and, you know, got him, you know, right up out of here. And I'm like, you know, that's the brother's fault. I'm like, that's his fault. You know, at the end of the day, this dude is sitting up there wearing an iced out chain. I'm like, I don't know what job he was sitting up here doing, but obviously he must have been nice, you know, directly, you know, at that job or whatever. You better, you know, get back hustling, but don't ever return to that woman, because she is not a keeper. She would not be a wife. That means this woman would be the type that if a man ever got disabled or like he can no longer work or he lost his job and that was like her husband, oh, she would leave. It would be a divorce. I can tell you that beyond a shadow of a doubt. She would divorce in a heartbeat. Divorce in a heartbeat. And, you know, this is why you got a lot of dudes, you know, directly out here who don't want to, you know, get married and stuff like that. Oh, I see. Oh, I got you. I see this. Let me see if I can get this. Sent the video with the geese. Like when I looked at the video, Pink, it automatically showed as if it was just a different type of like image. It didn't really show like the full video. So I got you. I'm about to post that one. I got you. I gotta wait for that one to download. Let me get that one real quick. And then, it's a positive positive clip, so we can, in a sense, view that and I guess leave off on that one. Also, shout out to, all the people that stayed directly through, the live stream. We got a pretty good duration here. Average duration is about like 18 minutes. Much love, respect, and appreciation to every and anybody that is here at this current time. Tippy said he better sell that chain he got. I mean, hopefully if he got it appraised before he sells it, he can get more back from it or whatnot or whatever. That would be a smarter move. All right, so let me see. I think we got the video 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this will be number 9. So that barely made it. Yeah, I gotta mute that. So you got Angry Geese that's chasing this woman here because I can't play the music. She had to run back into the house. Oh yeah, I think she down south. She in a suburb somewhere. My house is nice though. Yeah, she had to get out. Geese are funny though. Geese are actually pretty nice animals though. They're not bad. They're not bad at all. But yes, those are the videos for today. And I want to say to a lot of people out here, be careful of any birds that you may happen to see when you're trying to go to your car or walk to and from your house. Be very careful because ducks and geese and whatnot will chase you. It's very funny. Very, very funny. But we got Ty in the building. Man, I needed you in this. I was waiting for you to pull up to the scene when I was doing the video about the black teacher, man. I was waiting for you to pull up to the scene. I was like, man, where's Ty at? I'm like, I had to treat it like Ja Rule. Like, I wonder what Ty got to say about this. We gotta find Ty right now. Like, what do you feel about this, Ty? Tibby said they could fight Seji. You know what? Because I ain't trying to have no problems with Peter, I'm just gonna keep my mouth closed. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing at all, Well, I'm just gonna leave it as that. Cause a lot of animal people like to sit up there and like roll up and try to get people canceled real quick. Ty said I would fight back. Yeah, yep. I understand those sentiments very well. I understand that. It's a very sensitive culture out here. I ain't trying to have no PETA people do PETA patrols on my video. Like, oh my God, he sat up here and said this. Cancel him. I'm like, yeah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. But yeah, Ty, if you happen to get a chance, I would say you could probably like listen to it. But about a good 2 hours back, I was talking about this black male teacher and how it is that people are trying to like really go at and demonize this dude online. Like, it's crazy. It is completely crazy. Like it is like I've never seen something like that in my life. Like the energy that they were giving him, I'm like, yo, I need people to give this same energy to the bad teachers that I cover on a frequent basis, on these platforms. But I'm like, I can never happen to see that same energy and whatnot. And you have both black men, and the crazy part is you had the most comments that were talking negative about that dude was coming from black men and black women. I'm like, wow. I'm like, they don't, like I said, they don't need to create no groups no more because you got literally black people out here sitting up here hunting down their own people, doing all the heavy lifting and the work for all of these other groups. And all they got to do is just sit back and laugh at what it is that they created. I'm like, damn. I'm like, that's crazy. That is crazy. I'm thinking about slightly at a point in time going live on TikTok because I do now have the ability. Well, a lot of y'all don't follow me on TikTok, so but I got the ability now to sit up there and go live directly on TikTok. I'm like, you know what? I could sit up there and actually, go live and talk about some stuff. I know I would have to be selective, and I would have to edit the things I want to say because the algorithm is very, very sensitive. So I would have to, try to manage that a little bit differently. But I feel like it would be a very fun thing. Very fun thing. Tippy said kangaroos want to fight for no reason. Yeah, that's just kangaroos. They just about that life. Ty said I have stories around black parents and education here. It's so messed up. I believe it. I believe it. Tippy said I didn't know you had TikTok. Yeah. I've been had it for some years. I do posting, here and there. Some of the shorts and whatnot that I post, I put them there. I just haven't posted in a bit because TikTok was like real sensitive and he like took down 7 of my videos. And I'm like, I'm not trying to really deal with this. And it's like every time they take down a video that was about to like move, then it's like the what is it? The engagement or whatnot tends to die down because they're doing stuff with these platforms. The other thing as well too is there was something being mentioned about that. I'm not sure if it was cobwebs or if it was another story that I was talking about where it dealt with how these social media platforms like the algorithms and stuff happen to work and whatnot. But it was something. It probably come to me in a whole different video, whatever. But yeah, with those TikToks that I'm planning on doing, I'm gonna do it a little bit differently because I do have some other stuff that I want to go over and showcase. I just gotta put some money in some places and get some items so I can try to do stuff a little bit differently, which I think people would probably like a little bit more. Let me see. He said you want to know something funny? What? You said a lot of your videos are blocked when you sign into school Wi-Fi. Wow. Well, I'm not too surprised. I'm not too surprised. And like I said before, I know how a lot of these algorithms in a sense work. Like once you start talking about certain things, certain topics, your content is flagged in like the algorithm, and then they'll start to like shadow ban and all this other. Like I said, I see it on Instagram all the time. And I see it, on TikTok as well. Because at one point I had a video up there. I think it did like 300K views. And then every video, because I tried to capitalize off of that, so I was posting videos after that, and supernaturally those videos they got like no looks at all. I'm like, that's crazy. I'm like, as many people that were literally commenting during that time about that video, I'm like, now I'm not getting no looks at all. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. I'm like, that's crazy. Ty said there was one older video you did encourage a black man, and I can never find it until I use my data. Yeah, like also positive videos. Like when I posted the video about the young kid, and he was saying that I'm smart, I'm beautiful, I'm intelligent, I can do anything. Yeah, when he had that mantra that his mom taught him, that video, YouTube, that they made sure that was not going to go anywhere. Like they made sure to try to like smother that video. Like I said, I've noticed that a lot of positive videos that I've done, they don't get no looks. They don't, give you guys the notifications or anything. I was on somebody else's phone, and I looked at my channel through somebody else's phone, and I noticed, I'm like, yo, okay, so they're showcasing to this person a video I did about 3 days ago. And then the other videos that they got almost listed as most recent are from 9 days ago. So I'm like, so what was happening? So what was happening in between that 9 and those 3 days? Like what was going on? Like I said before, like, yo, it is hilarious to be able to witness this stuff in real time and know that you're not crazy, when you're trying to explain that you got these algorithms on, especially on YouTube, you got these algorithms in effect where they make sure that you guys don't, see the videos. Because when I even look at the videos, let me go back. Because when I go in the background right now and I look at my content, I have the average, the most views that I can actually get on a frequent basis is about close to 400 at max. On a continuous average, about 400 views. The rare extent is getting videos at like 1,000, right? Like what was it? The Drake, and I did those right on time. The Drake and the Metro Boomin videos. They're each the Metro Boom video is at 334 views. The Drake video is at 326. It's been years since I've literally seen two videos so close when it came to views. And I'm like, wow. I'm like, this is life. This is, what is going on. And it's like, it's insane to literally see it. Like the one video I did with the kids where they were telling the truth about the mom. I thought that was a funny video. Magically, YouTube, they stopped that video at 160 views. I'm like, word? I'm like, YouTube, that's what we're doing. We're just going to cut the video off at 160 views like that. Like that's the end all to be all. I'm like, wow. I'm like, that's crazy. That is crazy. And that is one of the main videos that I have. That's one of the main videos that I've had in a minute that has gotten that least amount of views. Like, it's crazy. Like I said before, for a lot of people to understand, for content creators, it is a uphill battle when you're, trying to work with yourself and to keep stuff going, and then you got to deal with these algorithms, and you're at the mercy of whatever platform that you just so happen to use and how it is that they want to, place your content or hide your content directly from, subscribers. Like I said, it's crazy out here. It is 1,000% crazy. You said I'm gonna screen record it and send it to you. Okay. Tibby said I want a ring pod right now for some reason. Because you sitting up here thinking you probably watching like Cartoon Network or something. You said, do they have Jolly Rancher flavor? Wait, who are you talking to, Tibby? I'm a little bit confused because I'm thinking that you're talking to somebody in the stream, but I think you're just talking. I think they probably do got like some Jolly Rancher ring pop flavors. They probably do got that though. You said me, myself, and I. Oh, so you just sit up here just typing out loud. Like you just know. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Like I said, this is why I love live streams. This is why I love live streams. It's always hilarious. And then again, I get to, catch up with you guys, and I get to, talk to you guys and whatnot. So, the very positiveness, of this. But you said, I told you, oh, you must have sent it on Discord. Let's see. Oh, I'm in a whole different what's the name here? Oh, did you send me? Maybe send it in Discord. Let me see. Oh no, maybe you didn't send it yet. Let me see. Tippy said, remember those square pizzas? I missed those. No, you can get square pizzas, Tippy. If you order, certain restaurants will actually cut the pizzas in squares for you. I want to say, I think Domino's or some other pizza places, they will make the square pizza directly for you. That I have seen of recent times. I just haven't ordered it myself in a long time. Square pizzas are fun. It reminds you of like high school or whatever. Fun times. But what we're gonna do here is I will end the live stream here, since we actually had quite a long live stream, about like 3 hours and 43 minutes, and let you guys get the start of your Friday morning at this moment in time. And then I forgot I actually got to go down and I got to pick up my package so I can make some stuff here. Glad I just reminded myself of that. You said Roman Reigns lost the WWE Championship. New Bloodline member Toma Tonga. It's a lot of Samoans. A lot of Samoans rolling up to the scene. Let me tell you. Pink said, "Hit that like button." Bars. Hit the like button. And again, much love, respect, and appreciation to anybody out here that is or has, supported the platform. Tippy said black WWE fans are claiming Cody as black now. Cody Rhodes. I mean, he's with a black woman, so people are gonna look at that and see it directly as a positive and whatnot. Also, I want to state that on that TikTok as well, y'all may see me just try out like some different stuff on there just to see like what might go and what might not go. So we'll see what takes place or how it works out. Tippy said he not invited to the cookout. You said I couldn't sleep. I might play The Sims. Lord, that's because you were up playing wrestling, just sitting up there dreaming about Roman Reigns. I know what was happening, Tippy. I know what was happening. But anyways, love you guys a lot. Much love, respect, and appreciation. Yo, Dream, much love, much love, much love, much love, much love. Much appreciation. Let me tell you. Much appreciation. That is very much appreciated. Shout out to you. Let me just matter of fact, can I even go back and just highlight comments here? Let me see if I can try to just highlight people. Shout out to King Black for the donation to the platform. Also want to give a shout out to Rachel Williams for the donation to the platform, and give a good shout out to Dreamless in the building with the donation as well. Much love, much love, much love. Let me tell you, I sat up there, it woke me up real quick. I set up something like, wait a minute. Maybe that might have been a mistype, But yeah, much love again, much love, respect, and appreciation to all of you guys who have again supported me over the course of doing this platform or across all three platforms as well. Shout out to y'all for supporting through way of the Patreon and through Cash App and different things of that nature. Like I said, I'm going to continue on trying to upgrade and push things on different platforms. So we're going to see what we can specifically do and potentially make happen again. I'm going to try to bring some stuff to you guys to keep you entertained, or some things that a few of y'all might be interested in, such as maybe some game stuff and different things of that nature. Even though I know there's people here that are not gamers, that doesn't mean that content is, directly switching directly from that. It's just something different because I know we got a few of us that are gamers here and y'all are interested, in that stuff. So, and it's a little bit hard in a sense, starting up a purely gaming page and just like going directly from the bottom. I started from the bottom and I'm still not here. So figuring stuff out. Tippy said, I missed the Tribal Chief. I want some chicken wings, maybe a sloppy Joe. You're just going all over the place right now. If you want to get chicken wings, I would recommend chicken wings and fries. I recommend you do that. Tippy said, what kind of gaming laptop should I start with? I don't know. I'll probably write you about it on PlayStation or something. I'll probably sit up there and do that and go over, like gaming laptops and and stuff like that. So that's probably what I'll do. But anyways, I will see you guys in the next live stream. We are encroaching on live stream number 100. We are getting there, even though technically we should have been there. But again, I started focusing more so on videos and pushing out that content versus, doing the live streams, continuously like that. But again, everything is a work in progress. This is a one-man show, so it takes a little bit more work, to get certain things, done and whatnot. So again, much love, respect, and appreciation to everybody that has supported the live stream, everybody that's been walking with me through all the platforms, the ups and downs, and the bans, shadow bans, and everything like that. Y'all still find or see your way through directly to this or many of the other platforms as well. Again, I love you guys. Thank you guys for the support. Have a great weekend, because today is Friday. So go out there, have some food, order some food, different stuff of that nature, and have at it. Right. So again, talk to you guys later. See you soon on live stream number 90, and peace out.